And we are live. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. This is Hunter's Entertainment. We are on our brand new Twitch channel, and we still have the new car smell. We're breaking it in, and we're really happy with what's happening here. If you've been paying attention to the great content we've been creating, then you know that we have a lot happening. And we just finished our Gen Con run, which was our premiere event where we really celebrated everything that we have here at the studio, what we've been creating, the games that have been released, especially for Gen Con. There's some great things that came out. An Innie was one. All kinds of amazing things have been happening. So if you hadn't had a chance to do so already, be sure to jump into our Discord channel. We currently have a number of mods that are in the chat, and they are doing their due diligence to make sure that you're fully informed about all the things that are happening here, how the game is running, and if you have any questions, those may filter through. Now, before we begin our game, I do want to say that there is a special piece of homework for those of you who wish to solve a puzzle as we play along with the game today. Now, some of you might be familiar with this, and I would ask you not to spoil it for those who are newcomers here. If you haven't already, you can jump into the Discord and you'll find moderators that will guide you over to where you can download this piece of homework. It does have some effects, and we will potentially have a little bit of bleed over as you role play along with us as we explore Aether House Academy. We are using the Kids on Brooms system, which is brand new. It has just come out. You can find it on Drive-Thru RPG. You can find it on Roll20, and you can find it at your friendly local gaming store if you'd like a printed copy of that. And we highly recommend that you support all of these different venues. If you're looking for digital assets, also, Roll20 has everything that you need to be able to begin playing immediately with all of your friends at a safe distance. We know it's hard out there and that there's a lot of options for role-playing games, but Hunter's Entertainment is really excited by all the great things that we have planned here now and in the future. Gen Con was a blast, and we all had a great time, and we put out some great content. Unfortunately, our Kids on Brooms session was cut short by the evil specters of magical internet problems. And as we all know, it happens from time to time. However, that means that you get this special piece of content right now, tonight. So we are going to be coming back to you with all of the twists and turns that we started to give you last session, and fill this out and kind of see what the exploration of this world is really going to lead to. And to do so, we've gathered the exact same amazing troop of players that we had before. Each of them has been gathered from the far corners of the world to bring you the best possible Kids on Brooms game that we can find. And I'm going to let each of them introduce themselves and tell you a little bit about themselves and where you can find them and what character they are going to be playing tonight. So without further ado, I'm going to pass it over here. The first player that we have is Michelle Bradley. Michelle, say hi to everybody.
Well, hello, my name is Michelle Bradley. You can find me on the internet at I am Chubby Bunny everywhere. You can also find me hosting shows about manga and anime over at Viz, or you can find me hosting a brand new show over on Button Mash on YouTube about video games. And my character today is named Chip. My real name is Chi, and then Chip and Dip is my nickname because, like, when I like to party, I go super hard, and this is my character voice, and I hope you guys are, like, ready for sports and magic to mix, because it's gonna be epic.
I'm already destroyed by you. I love it. All right. Thank you for joining us, Michelle. We also have Alex Ward. Alex, welcome. Why don't you, first of all, nice haircut.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Between sessions, cut my hair.
It looks great.
Right.
Tell us about who you're playing and what you do.
My name is Alex Ward. I am an actor and player of RPGs, and I am playing Aiden Greybranch this evening, who is of a rather fairly well-known magical family.
And their specialty happens to be?
Happens to be wizard. They are the owners of a wizard mortuary company.
I absolutely love it, and you have never disappointed me, sir.
Everyone in chat is saying Bone Father to you,
Yeah.
Alex. Does that mean anything to you?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Don't ask questions, Michelle. You're not.
Go!
Are you? Wait, Michelle. Are you not part of the skeleton army?
Yeah, right?
What now? What?
Yes,
It's hard for me to be on the internet all the time.
For
All
you,
right.
you
Cue
who are
the xylophone music.
I do also have a Twitch channel where I play horror games, and the people who watch that are inducted into the Skeleton Army, and they call me the Bone Father.
Oh, that's very good. I'm sorry, I don't know
It's
that.
so good. It's so on brand for Alex, and it's brilliant, and we love it. Next, we have Momo O'Brien. Momo, hello. Thank you for joining us.
No problem.
Tell us
I
about
have to.
your plan.
Am I introducing myself? Okay.
Yeah, we've got Momo. And moving on.
Hello, I am Momo O'Brien. You can find me everywhere at Momo_O'Brien. I make content about immersive experiences all over the world on the internet. Tonight, I am playing Olive Amanita, who is a woods witch in training, heir to a family-run apothecary, and your new weird friend.
You actually did, I don't know, you'll have to inform me. Did you do cosplay for this character, or have you played this character in another game?
No, I dressed up like her today, and I was like, should I do it for the stream? And then I was like, no, I need to like scratch my head.
Nah, you look great. Yeah, don't worry about wigs and stuff like that, but we appreciate the effort. Yeah, if you haven't checked it out already, please check out Momo's socials. You can get a really good image of what this character looks like. We'll get into it and we'll all do descriptions, but I'm excited. All right. We also have a new face with us. Allie, you have joined us, and this is our first time playing together. So why don't you tell people, if they're not familiar, who you are and kind of what you do, and a little bit about your character.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Allie Busha. My camera's over here and not over there. Hi. I normally make and design RPGs instead of playing them. You can find my games over at madpierrot, that's madpierrot.itch.io. I'm also on Twitter, where I post my HelloFresh meals and my cat and wrestling gifs. Nice. And that's me. I make games. I'll be playing Cameron Bonarev tonight. So like, I drew this card tonight, and it's not great. It's about like being timid. I don't think it's about me, but it's like timid. So maybe it is me, but it's not really me.
Knowing everyone in this group, though, my friend, I think that maybe it was upside down, and that's a reverse suit. I don't know for sure.
Yeah, that's what it means reversed. It's timidity. So
it is reversed.
Maybe it's Aiden. Who knows?
We will discover. Maybe you have a fate there somewhere tied with Aiden's future that we have yet to be seen. Okay, last but not least, we have a reoccurring face to these streams that we've been doing for Kids on Brooms. We have Abria. Abria, hi, how are you doing? Who are you playing? What do you do? Like anybody needs to know. If you have an internet connection, Abria is there. Tell us about what you do.
Hi, I'm Abria Iyengar. I stream and GM a lot all over the internet and do a bit of game writing too. And today I'll be reprising my role of Anais Greer of the Savannah Greers. You remember me, don't worry about it. I'm so excited for y'all to meet me. Good luck.
No, nothing to fear there. No concerns whatsoever in the new students' minds as soon as they realize that you will be joining them.
I'm sure that timidity card is entirely about me. I get the vapors on the regular.
And you are oh so shy. Okay. So we would finally, my name is Knox, and I am your headmaster, and I'm going to lead you through the Wizard School experience that we have planned for you tonight. Again, we have the new rules for Kids on Brooms. We're going to be utilizing those. With the exception of Aubria, none of the players here have actually played Kids on Brooms. So we will be talking about the mechanics and discussing them a little bit. To those of you who are familiar with the system Kids on Bikes, you're going to see a lot that's familiar. And then you're going to find some deviations. And I think that in those deviations, the designers have really hit on something special that makes this game feel different and also feel magical. So without further ado, we're going to get started. Off at the top, I just want to thank JB for all of the technical work that he's doing for us tonight. We couldn't do it without you, sir. So thank you for all of that, and everybody at Hunters Entertainment for supporting us and allowing us to do this tonight. If you're with us for the first time, welcome. Please drop a follow. Please get active in chat. Let people know that you're new. You're going to find a community that welcomes you and is really excited to say hello. So without further ado, we are going to step into Aether House Academy for the Arcane Arts. Each of you have lived a life in the shadow of magic. Some of you discovered this when you were young. Some of you have had families that have ushered you into the magical world. But each of you has always known that you were special. You felt the course of the arcane powers within you. This is your story. It began as any other day. The difference in this day, the thing that stands out the most, is the letter. A rolled piece of parchment left on your doorstep, next to your bed, perhaps on the nightstand, in your treehouse, maybe in a secret corner that you share with no one. This roll of parchment has a ribbon tied around it, red, with a wax seal. And upon that seal, the Aether House Academy for the Arcane Arts, a pair of crossed wands and an open tome stamped upon it. For those of you that have been initiated into this world, you've been expecting this letter. Perhaps your families have been expecting it even more. It means that you are ready to begin your journey, to begin studying as a wizard, warlock, mage, spellcaster, a witch. The world is now open to you, and you will be ushered into the 5 keystones of magic. Breaking open the seal on the parchment, the letter reads as this. We are delighted to announce your acceptance into the 8,456th AR class of the Aether House Academy of the Arcane Arts, bastion of magical learning and academia in the many spheres and planes. Congratulations. This honor is not one that we bestow upon you without great consideration and deliberation. You have proven that not only is the spark of magic strong within you, but through will and devotion, that you are capable of undergoing the rigors of a fulsome education in the mysteries of the unknown. You shall be challenged, tested, and guided in the 5 keystones of magic as you work together, or perhaps alone, to solve the many puzzles and mysteries that your academic journey shall present. Robes, hat, and a starter wand will be provided to those of you without one. Please bring your wits and your willingness to be molded into mages of great ability and reputation. Professor Proctor, Master of the Great Guardians and Gateways, Margrave Malvo, of the Path of the Serapis. And as time has moved on, each of you has waited for the day. In the morning, you rise, gather your things, perhaps your family's ancestral wand, perhaps the robes that were passed down to you, or the mysterious package that was left for you that contained all that you will need. As you find it all and gather it together, you make your way into your home. Chip and Dip, we'll start with you. Please describe your home to us.
Well, it's a home, but it is like a condo. So, my mom and I, we used to live with all the other magical people or whatever, way back. And then when I was young, she met Ron. And now we live in this condo because he says it's easier to save money for a bigger house later on or whatever. So we kind of live in the Muggle world. It's fine. We did get my letter taped to the door, which is really weird because I don't really know how an owl would get into a gated complex, but whatever. I don't really understand magic super well. But yeah, I'm super excited to go to magic school because it said there's gonna be puzzles and mysteries and probably sports teams, so I'm stoked.
What is Chip and Dip's preferred pronouns?
You could just call me she, her, or like The Rock. You know what I'm saying.
All right. So as Chip and Dip gathers their suitcases and their belongings and rushes down the steps, you see your parents waiting on you. Ron is there with his sports jacket on, and he has his hair slicked back, and he has a very toothy grin as you run down the steps. Your mother is behind him with her arm around him, lovingly resting her head on his shoulder. Hey there, sport. Good to see you.
I told you to call me Chip. Don't call me Sport. It's like so vague.
Oh, yeah. Whoa, sorry there. They grow up so fast, aren't I right? Yes, dear, they certainly do. We're really happy that you're going now, dear. Now, remember what I told you about the school.
Yeah, like it's gonna be totally sweet, and like there's gonna be sports teams and like friends, and I'm like so excited. Yeah.
Chip, you wanna do a quick push-up contest before you go?
Oh my gosh, like show enough, let's do it. Hurry up.
All right, let's do this.
Okay,
Let's do this. Let's get pop.
Here we go. Here we go.
Push up. Okay, do it. Yeah. Let's each of us roll our brawn.
Okay, hold on. I don't, what am I doing? Okay, D4.
So what is it? Your brawn is a D4?
No, that's my brains. I couldn't read this right. D20.
Yeah. So Chip has a D20, which means that each of your statistics, you have fight, brains, charm, flight, brawn, or grit. And each of those has a die assigned to it. Everybody has roughly different dice assigned in different places. If you roll this die, you will then determine your success. If you fail, you're going to collect what's called an adversity token. Now, I'm going to determine the difficulty based on the task at hand. So we're going to say that for you and Ron to both have a little push-up contest, it's going to be a difficulty of 10 for you to beat Ron. Ron is not as spry as he used to be, and while he's quite verbose about his abilities, he's still compensating for the fact that he's getting older. So let's go ahead and roll, and I'll see how he does on his brawn. He did exceptionally well. Do you want to roll your? You got a 6 total.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have not hit the difficulty, which means that you failed. Like you're about 20 push-ups in, you know, and you don't know if Ron had like a protein shake in the morning that kind of got him going, but he seems to be just really keyed in on encouraging you. When you fail, you see Ron look over and immediately drop as well and start panting.
Okay, Ron, like I told you to stop taking the Red Bulls in the morning because apparently Mom said that's not good for you, but whatever.
Oh, I told you not to talk about the Red Bulls, okay there, Chip? Like those are Ron's secret, okay? I keep those in the top shelf. You know what the top shelf means, Chip?
It means a mom can't see up there because she's too short to get up there.
I didn't say it. Get up here, Chip. Don't leave me hanging. All right. So you gather your things as your mother says goodbye to you. She licks her finger and just like kind of brushes it over your face.
Oh my God, Mom, so embarrassing.
I want you to do super well, and we're really real proud of you, and we'll be here when you take your break. If you ever need anything, you know how to get a hold of me. You know the charm that I taught you.
Oh yeah, what was it again?
It was the Signiosa spell. Do you remember?
Oh, cool. Yeah, I like wrote it down because I don't remember things super good.
Okay, but you remember your cellular telephone. It's not gonna work.
Oh, nuts! I want to like watch YouTube. Okay.
Yeah. She gets it. It's all good. Let's just say goodbye to Chip and let this be. I got a special date night planned for you, honey.
Oh, gross, Ron! Oh my God! Oh.
And as they cuddle each other, you see your mom like kissing Ron on the cheek, and you walk out the door. And before the door closes, you hear Ron very clearly say, "I'm real proud of you."
Oh my God, someone's gonna hear you, Ron. Can you please be quiet?
And the door closes as you carry all of your things out to the front. As you're standing there on the curb of your street, your duplex, you see that there are other cars that are parked along the way, and there's some activity, a couple of kids on bikes that are passing through. And as they roll by, you hear the ring of their bell. and the kind of normality of suburban life surrounds you. And then there's an explosion. It rocks the area around you, and there's a puff of thick, dark smoke as a magical portal rips open in the center of the street, and a double-decker bus that is old and rusted. It looks like something from perhaps the 1950s, but it's been patched over and painted in a myriad of different colors. It screeches across the street as if it were out of control, and the brakes slam on it with a horrendous shriek. And as it stops, just inches away from your face, the doors fly open, and you are greeted by the visage of a creature that isn't living. It's like an enormous wooden marionette made from old sticks and pieces of tree and rope and old pieces of wood that have been kind of slapdashed together. This figure, which looks roughly like a man, has what looks like it was once a finely carved toy-like face, and its jaw descends and moves back and forth as it talks. Big, happy eyes that have been slowly chipped away from the years as the paint has faded off of them. And just kind of a crazy network of vines and ropes that tether the whole thing together. Hello there!
Oh, hey, is this the bus to, like, the wizard school?
I understand that your preferred name is Chip and Dip. Is that correct?
Oh, dude, you got it in one. Nice.
Welcome aboard the bus. I'm going to drive you to the Aether House Academy.
Oh, cool. Trees can drive? This is amazing.
Come aboard.
Okay, cool. Whatever.
You walk onto the bus, and as soon as you do, you realize that you must be one of the first students to enter into the space, as it is mostly empty. There are a few scattered students here and there across the bus. The door slams shut. You hear the creaking of the old metal as it swings in and the hinges slam against each other. And there is a moment of quiet, and you feel the character behind you. My name is Jack Stickman. If you need anything at all during your ride, be sure to say hi.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so, like, wait, is your name Stickman because you're made of sticks?
My name is Jack Stickman. If you need anything at all, just say hi.
Okay, cool. All right, yeah.
So you step a little further, and you are now firmly on the bus. You see probably about 30 seats in rows all the way down, and you walk through the aisle. Where do you wish to sit? The front or the back of the bus, or somewhere else?
I'm gonna sit on the front of the bus because I feel like this bus needs a welcome wagon, and I am totally here to party.
As this was a double-decker bus, the top level has been removed, and there is storage above each of the seats. There are some cages and some boxes and some bags that have been collected here in the bus, and you can see a number of handles that have been embedded into the top of this storage container that allows you to put brooms on. So you can put your broom and not have to sit with it. And so do you put your things above, or do you sit with them in a seat?
I put them above, like on the shelf. I kind of just like throw all my luggage. I like pick one up and I punch it up there so it gets up there real fast. It's really cool.
Yeah, it is excessively cool. You punch your luggage into its resting place, and the broom that you have with you, all of it goes up there. Do you sit next to someone, or do you sit alone?
I sit whatever's in the very first seat. If there's someone there.
Okay, so you drop down into the seat without really looking, Chip, and immediately you realize that you're not alone. You did think that this seat was empty, but in the seat you see a very small, frail-looking young girl. She is perhaps maybe 12, maybe 13, or maybe that's just how young she appears. But she has her hair kind of falling down around her, and she's wearing very plain gray clothes. It's fairly drab. There's not anything really colorful about her, and she kind of has her head slumped quietly downward as you sit down abruptly, and she kind of starts.
Hello there, fellow student. You have a busy night? You super sleepy today? What's up?
Hi. I did. Yeah. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing totally great. I'm so excited to go to school. My name is Chip, by the way. You can call me Chip and Dip. I would really like that. What's your name?
Your name is Chip and Dip.
Yeah, you can just like say Chip, or you can just say like Chip and Dip, or like the Bruiser, or like whatever. I'm just throwing it out there.
Oh yeah, I come from a wizarding family, and we sometimes don't understand what happens in the world. So I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude.
You don't have nicknames in like Wizard World?
We do, but they're different.
Oh, cool. So like, what's your name or nickname or whatever?
No, I don't really have a nickname. My name is Sarah, and
Oh, cool.
she holds out, like, without looking at you, keeping her head kind of low. She kind of holds out her hand to shake it, and do you take it?
Yeah, I do. Hey, what's up? Nice to meet you, Sarah. If you would like a nickname, I could totally give you one. Let's see. It's gonna be how about Shakin' Sarah? That's your new nickname? It's gonna stick.
Wow. Okay, I'll be shaking Sarah. And
Yeah, you are.
is that because we're shaking hands right now?
Listen, I didn't think real hard about it, but it's fine. Don't worry about it.
So as she shakes your hand, you get a little aggressive with the shake, and you see that her sleeve pulls up, and there's a network of what looks like fire burns across her arm, and she gets really shy, and she quickly grabs it and covers her sleeve back up, against her arm.
Oh, is your hand all right there, bud? Do you have like eczema? Because like my stepdad has that. It's super gross.
No, it's nothing. But it's really nice to meet you, Chip and Dip.
Oh, cool. If it is eczema though, you can like get a cream and like it'll help it go down. But like during the summer when you sweat, it will get worse.
We're about to get moving. Everybody be sure to sit tight. Here we go. And the bus jolts forward as there's another explosion behind you. Chip, you kind of like rock forward.
Yeah, I do.
To Sarah's credit, she's still sitting there and she lunges a little bit, but you can see that she's kind of picked up the pace of this and is used to the back and forth of the rock of the bus, right? And so as the bus jolts forward, everything changes as you pass through another portal. Through the windows of the bus, you see passing beyond you heavy mist and smoke that dissolves into what looks like a night sky. And all of the stars are blurring past you in these almost technicolor swirls that melt into the darkness of the sky. And as you pass through, you realize that you're traveling magically through space somehow. And the bus continues on its way. Meanwhile, Aiden, you're in your room. Describe it to us, please.
Well, the room's a little, moderate size, about, 14 by 14 feet. It is it's an old house, and I've got, a chest of drawers and some, it's kind of lacking in personal effects.
Mm-hmm.
It's more function than flair. And the house looks very old and spooky.
So I think that the last time we discussed this, it was mentioned that it's very reminiscent of the Addams Family mansion.
It is indeed, with towers and spiral staircases and oddly colored things.
Mm-hmm. So Aiden, you gathered your things, which are fairly meager. You didn't pack a whole lot, right? You have
No. I have my wand, I have my broom, I have my familiar, and any school things I needed. I think I packed everything.
Your suitcase is something from like the 1930s, if that, if maybe not the 1890s, you don't know, but it's all been passed down to you from this long line of Gray Branch wizards.
Definitely before I was born.
Yeah, and it's all well kept. It's all very well maintained. Some of it's a little threadbare. It's got a little age to it that you think that maybe your family has started to find fashionable.
Yeah, it seems so.
And so you pick up all of your things real quickly. You mentioned that you have a familiar. What is your familiar?
I do. I through no choice of my own, I have a cat familiar. A small tortoiseshell cat.
So
it is occasionally very opinionated.
does the cat have a name?
The cat does have a name. The cat's name is going to be. It has a good name too. It's.
I believe it.
Let's just say, for the sake of brevity, the cat's name is Morgana.
Interesting. Actually, very interesting. Your cat's name is Morgana. I don't know if you know, but you've just tapped into something interesting, Aiden.
Oh, did I?
Yes.
Oh, good.
So you have Morgana with you, and she is following behind you. She is very quiet. She moves as if she owns everything. She swishes back and forth, and this cat is cat amplified, very haughty, very distasteful towards anything that might be disturbing their comfort and your comfort.
Yes.
So she's very temperamental when she is put into a position where she has to move or not get what she wants immediately. Very old. You're not even sure. You don't remember this cat not being in your family.
No, I don't. It's always been here.
So as you and Morgana walk down the steps, you see both of your parents downstairs waiting, perfectly dressed for the day. They have their finery on, and your father is wearing a large cravat with a silver skull that's insetted as a pin in the center of it. He has a very tight-fitting suit that cuts down a little short on his arm, and also on his legs. Like, you almost see his ankles, but instead you just see these striped black and white socks and these really pointed, shiny shoes, where as everything else that your father wears is a little dull, those shoes are always meticulously polished. You can see yourself in them.
Of course.
And he stands there very regally as you come down, and your mother is on his arm, very, very sterile. But it's almost as if they're posing for a tintype right now.
Right. Mother, father, hello.
I am so glad to see that you will be attending Aether House Academy, Aiden. We worried about you for some time.
Yeah, no, I bet you did.
Yes, we, your father and I, are quite glad that you will be going to school. We look forward to when we can look to you to take on the family business.
Yeah, no, me too. Yeah.
I have never been more proud of you, son.
Thanks. Thank you, father.
And for the first time ever, you think that your father might be attempting to smile at you. It's deeply discomforting.
Oh, well, I guess I should go wait outside for the bus. Is that's what I do, right? The bus. It's a bus. I've never been on a bus.
Yes. It's unconventional. But you'll understand in time.
Yes, I'm sure I will.
Aiden. And you're walking down, just about to pass him. He stops and he holds one arm out and touches your shoulder. And just, it's very stiff. And his hand, you can feel it through your jacket. It's freezing cold. And his pallid face, his long, kind of balding pat with his like big sideburns, ashly pale gaze, dark eyes, just looks at you for a moment. I'm glad we had this talk.
Yeah, I am too.
Excellent. Don't be late.
No. And I hurry out the door.
And Morgana kind of follows after you. The door slams, and now you're standing on the corner of your street. There are dead trees all throughout your yard. There is a network of vines that have grown over the large wrought iron fence in front of your home. And there's a sign that says Gray Branch Mortuary that swings in the wind on the outside. And you can see a girl off in the distance playing hopscotch on the street, and she's throwing a stone and then jumping, and it's the neighbor kids, the Smiths, and she looks at you, and then she wards herself and runs away.
Oh, that was rude.
And you could hear the slam door as she runs through the screen door of her home, trying to quickly get away from you. You're standing there.
Have you been there before? I look down at Morgana. Because I don't know what's going on.
Meow.
I don't know why I'm asking you questions.
She starts cleaning herself as she sits there very primly. And she just kind of looks disinterested as she kind of like oversees the entire street. And then she doesn't move, but you nearly jump out of your skin as there's an explosion and this magical vortex opens up with purple swirling lights, and a double-decker bus that is multicolored and rusted, it looks like something out of the 1950s, screeches into a halt right in front of you. The doors fly open and you're greeted by Jack Stickman.
Oh, hello.
Aiden Greybranch?
Yes.
I've come for you. Come on board.
Oh, good. All right. Well, I grab my bags and I go, come on, let's get on with this scary wood person.
Meow.
And I walk up the steps into the bus.
You and Morgana step onto the bus, and you're now standing on the in the main aisles. Immediately, you are greeted by the appearance of Chip and Dip and a very quiet-looking girl who is kind of shrinking in on herself from the verbosity of Chip's presence. You can almost feel the macho swelling from Chip. Chip, you see Aiden.
Hey, what's up, fellow student? How are you doing, bud?
Oh, hello. I'm doing fine. What's your name?
Cool. Glad to hear it. My name is Chip and Dip. This is Shakin' Sarah. And what's your name, little buddy?
I didn't realize those were names. Oh, my name is Aiden.
Oh, cool. So, according to Sarah, apparently, like, y'all don't know what nicknames are, so I'm going to give you one that's going to stick for the entire semester. What rhymes with Aiden? I don't know. Let's just call you A-Dog, because I don't, like, have a ton of imagination right now, but we'll just go with that.
I mean, no, I'm aware of what nicknames are.
Oh, cool. Rad.
It's unfortunate. Yeah, I'm gonna put my stuff away.
Yeah, you should totally sit with us. Look, there's a seat like right next to us.
Oh, is there? That's great. Hold on. I think there's room for my stuff way over there, and I walk down to the back of the bus.
Okay. Oh, playing hard to get. All right, whatever, man.
Yeah.
You rush down to the back of the bus, and as you do, you thought that it was completely abandoned. You see a couple of kids that are kind of quietly sitting in the middle of the bus, but you do reach the back, which seems to be entirely empty. However, as you reach the very last seat, you see a pair of combat boots that are kicked up, untied. They've got these bright green laces that are in them with lots of different colors and things. And there's like pencils stuck into them and little toys that have been tied off to them. And there are some fishnet stockings that kind of pull down into a pair of shorts. And then this red band t-shirt that's been kind of shredded. And you see a young woman there. She seems to be about your age. She has bronze skin and very dark hair, and it looks to you. And she is female-bodied. She looks to you and says, "What's up, dude?"
Oh, hi. I didn't realize there was a person attached to those monstrosities.
Yeah. I mean, you're new, right?
Well, yes, I am.
Excellent. You're in for it. I mean, you're really, really in for it. I can't wait. This is going to be rad.
Great. I just start putting my stuff up, realizing there's no escape from anyone on this bus.
Yeah.
I put my things up and I hang my broom and do you want to go up there or sit down here?
My name is Ziamara Cortez, but everybody calls me Cortez. I'm they, them.
Got it. Yes. My name's Aiden. It's nice to meet you, Cortez. This is Morgana. Do you want to go up or down?
Oh, you're familiar, yeah. More cats. That's going to be a problem. That's not really a problem, but it's
Are you allergic?
Well, here, let me ask you this. Is Aiden, is that right?
Yes.
Aiden. What's your last name?
Greybranch.
I see. Okay. Yeah. There are a lot of cats. The librarian, she's little, and she has, you know how.
Oh, she's got a lot of cats. You mean
a lot of cats.
Okay, well, I have one, which is a respectable amount of cats.
It's a respectable amount of cats, but I'm saying that like some cats don't get along with other cats, and you're gonna have. I mean, you're just gonna be doing a lot of cat maintenance. I'm warning you right now.
Cat maintenance. No, she takes care of herself. She's fine.
Great. Well, let me tell you, this is a great school. I've been here now for a year, and I can tell you everything you need to know about how to survive here. I'm going to give you all the inside tracks. I like you, and so therefore you're going to be part of the Cortez army, and I'm going to lead you. I'm going to lead you in. I'm running for class president. If you didn't know.
Oh no, I didn't, because it's my first day.
Oh well, you wouldn't have gotten the flyers yet then, but just keep an eye out for them. I'm a pretty big deal around here.
Oh well, that's good to know. I wasn't aware there were armies involved in the school, but if I'm in the Cortez one, then at least I've chosen a side.
Yeah, you've chosen the right side. All right.
I'm gonna sit down.
As you plop down, Cortez sits right next to you, jumps over the seat, and is now like right next to you, and starts like pulling on this cherry vape. And you can like, there's this plume of cherry like vape smoke that kind of fills the back of the bus as they're talking to you. And so they're hanging out with you and talking. The bus immediately explodes and jolts forward, and you're both kind of tossed forward for a moment.
That's going to take some getting used to.
And you notice that outside the window, there's smoke that dissolves, and you see star fields that start to warp and change, and Technicolor swirls start to completely encase the bus as you're bolted forward through this magical semi-realm, traveling between spaces. The bus kind of sputters and hums like a regular bus of this age would, but it's running on these strange fumes, and you can kind of smell a weird acrid, almost herbal scent, as if like plant matter was being burnt somewhere. Vaguely like sage and rosemary.
Yeah.
If you think that's weird, buckle up, okay, Gray Branch? You're in for a real treat.
Oh, I'm really enjoying how condescending you are.
Oh, no. I didn't mean it in a condescending manner. I'm stuck with a lot of teen angst, and this is just how I permanently sound.
Oh, well, I guess that's, we have that in common.
Yeah, it's a thing. This is how this works.
Yeah, no hard feelings.
Yeah. Just like, you're fairly like level, and that monstrosity all the way up at the front is super loud and really, really, really vibrantly loud.
Yes, it was. It was. I don't know what it is. What?
We'll figure it out as we go along. All right. And so you two are sitting together talking as the bus continues forward. Meanwhile, Olive, everything is as it's always been. Your home is full of wonderful, magical scents as all of the alchemical components kind of bubble together, and fresh herbs are drying in every corner of your picturesque cottage. You live very far from the rest of civilization, don't you? You're muted. There you go.
In the middle of the woods.
No, it's okay. You're in the middle. That's how you do it, in the middle of the woods. So yes, you're very far from civilization. Tell us a little bit about your home.
So it is a stone and wooden cottage, very, very small. It looks to be only about maybe 2 rooms. There's smoke coming out of the chimney, and all the window panes are wide open. There might be a pie on one of the windowsills. Who knows? And it smells oddly of like smoke and lavender. And on the inside, there's flowers and herbs hanging from every place on the ceiling, and a giant cauldron in the center, and everything's made of wood.
And your parents have prepared an amazing breakfast for you. Your father has cooked something that you have always loved ever since you were a child. It's like an oatmeal, but it's filled with like nuts and berries and fresh honey and all of the things that he forages when he goes out searching for herbs every day in the woods. And to you, it just kind of feels like home whenever you eat breakfast. And so you finish your breakfast and gather all of your things. Your parents are acting a little different than they usually do. You can see that they're hovering a little bit more. They're gushing over you just a little bit more. And you can see that they're very nervous to have you go, but there's one thing that is clear in their demeanor is that they're deeply proud of you, and they're beaming with this glow that of excitement for you, and also of appreciation of the journey that you're about to take. So your father, who is a handsome, kind of square-jawed man, but he's gotten older. There's a lot more gray than there used to be, and
Gray
your mother,
runs in the family.
yeah, of course, and it's started to kind of set in a little bit. But he every day though you've gotten to know how hard your parents work. They work insanely hard to do the things that they do to try to create a living for you and the rest of the family. And as potion makers in a world that doesn't need their services quite as much as it used to be, there are new magical innovations even. And as the regular mundane world has kind of progressed and become technologically adapted, magical remedies are really not needed. But even in the magicking world, there have been innovations technologically that have made this style of alchemy a bit of an antiquated process. And it's just not something that people do as much now. And while your parents work exceptionally hard, they do struggle from time to time. And they have had nothing but the greatest hopes for you. And all of your things have been neatly packed up for you. And you're ready to go. Do you have a familiar?
I do. If you don't mind, I'd like to take my first step outside and take a big, deep breath, hold my little suitcase, and I'd like to turn to the woods and just shout, "Hello? Would anyone care to come with me?"
You do so. And as you echo it out into the woods, you hear your voice kind of fall across the trees, and it plunges out. And you've talked to the woods so many times. I'm going to ask you to roll a magic roll here. So let's have you roll your charm and your magic die. So this is a bit of an intuitive spell that you're casting. And so whenever you cast a spell in Kids on Brooms, you roll whatever specifically that spell is related to. So this is a charming spell. What die do you roll for charm?
D12.
Okay. So you're going to roll a D12 and a D4 because this is a magical spell. You're going to have a little bonus boost, and you're going to roll that D4 along with it and add the two numbers together. Okay. And for this spell to try to charm a creature out of the woods, I'm going to give you a difficulty of 7.
Okay. Oof. Well, there's ones on both of them. I was just hoping to call my frog in a cool way. Is the frog not going to come? Am I just not going to have a frog?
Here's what happens. It's perfect, Olive. It's perfect.
Okay. Nox, I'd very much like my little toad friend.
You got it. Okay. So here's what happens. Again, it was just a good example for us to use to try to show how the spell casting works. But you reach out and the spell kind of echoes off. And for whatever reason, it kind of reverberates back, and you get the sense something isn't right today. And that the woods
isn't being a very good listener today.
No. And in front of you, instead of seeing a majestic deer or a owl or, a raven or eagle or something else, sitting right in front of you is a dumpy little toad with really big bulging eyes. Ribbit.
Perfect. May I try and pick him up and say, "You're such a brave little toad"? You know, want me to pick him up?
Yeah, no, he'll take you. You pick him up, and he doesn't seem to move a lot.
You're wonderful. I think we're going to be fast friends already, and I'd like to put him maybe on my suitcase so you can hang out there.
Yeah, so you set this brown toad onto your suitcase, and he kind of rides along like a sidecar, and you pat him on the head. And behind you, you see your parents in the doorway watching you. And your mother is standing in front of your father. Your father has his hands on your mother's shoulder, and they're looking at you lovingly as you kind of walk out through the little wooden gate.
May I put my suitcase down and just say I won't let you down, and I'd like to run and give him a big hug and close my eyes and squeeze a little harder?
If you want to melt my heart, yes, you can do that.
That's what I'm here for, Nox.
You absolutely set your things down and you run back to your parents for a moment and you hug them, and all three of you are there hugging as there is an explosion in the woods and birds take off. Everything, you hear deer off in the distance that didn't want to show up before, definitely are running now at the sound of just this enormous explosion. It's probably the loudest thing that you've ever heard in your life. And from a purple portal, this double-decker bus pulls up right in front of the little makeshift wooden picket fence in front of your cottage and slams on the brakes as the doors fly open, and you see the wooden construct known as Jack Stickman smiling at you.
I smile back.
Hello there,
Hello.
Olive.
Yes.
We've been waiting for you. Come along.
Oh, thank you. All right. And then pick up my suitcase. And you ready, stool? And get on the bus.
You step onto the bus. Are you ready for your first day of school, Olive?
No.
Okay, take a seat.
Okay.
So you look back and you see Chip and a very quiet-looking girl. Chip, you see Olive as she steps onto the bus. And immediately, the two of you kind of catch eyes, and you see a few other students kind of scattered about.
Hi, what's up? Welcome to the bus. This is the bus that goes to school with the name I can't pronounce. And my name's Chip. What's your name?
Olive.
Olive, cool. I like your little froggy guy you've got there.
Oh, thank you. I like him too. His name is Stool.
Stool, that's very good. What does he
Thank you.
do? Does he like do stuff?
No, I don't think he does much of anything.
Oh, weird. So he's like an accessory frog.
No. It's very nice to meet you. My name is Olive. I said
Olive.
that already, didn't I? I
No,
apologize.
that's cool. Hey, Olive, do you have a nickname?
A what?
A
She's
nickname.
going to give you one, even if you do.
That's
Well-
A-Dog. He's very cool. He's all the way in the back. He's trying to avoid me, but we'll get him later.
Run, yo!
I don't know who that is. There's a lot of
No.
yelling on this bus. It's crazy. My name's Chip and Dip. Sorry if I didn't say that yet. This is Shake and Sarah next to me. Sarah, say hi.
Chip and Shake and okay.
You can just call me Sarah if you want. Chip gave me a nickname.
Nicknames are cool.
Sarah's much easier to remember.
All right,
Yeah.
you guys look
I'll
really...
call you Olive as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, my name's not A-Dog. It's Aiden.
It's hard to remember, dude.
Cortez for Prez!
Hey,
Cortez
hey, Cortez.
Perez.
What's up? I don't know who you are, but my name's Chip. Nice to meet you. I'm just yelling to the back of the bus now.
All right, we're about to get moving. Be sure to take your seats.
It's gonna jerk a bit, so I'd sit down.
I sit down in the nearest empty seat.
Okay, so you're sitting in the front of the bus on the opposite side. Yeah, so Chip, you can talk to Olive directly as you guys are you're cross aisle though. You're not in the same seat, you're cross aisle.
Oh, that's cool. That's good.
Can I
they're-
put my feet up on the seat?
Mhm.
Like L from Death Note?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you totally can do that. So you sit down and the bus immediately explodes again and there's a jolt forward. And outside your window, Olive, the window kind of shifts and you see all of the smoke and the stars and then the Technicolor blur that happens as the double-decker bus just starts moving forward and Stool is jumps onto the top of your head for a moment and then jumps back down onto your lap and then looks up at you frightened. Ribbit.
I don't know. Me too, man.
Ribbit. And so you start plowing through what looks like time and space melting around you as you begin moving forward.
Can I give my frog a little hug? My toad?
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
You hug your toad and comfort Stool. And Cameron, you're at the corner of your home. Do you want to describe your house?
Yeah. So this house is one in a series of houses that looks almost exactly alike. The lawns are all the same size. They're all like manicured the same way. They're all the same color green. The only differences in front of these houses is these giant confections of flowers called mums, which you would know about if you followed or know about Texas, really.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just standing there with a bunch of varyingly pink bags and I guess waiting for the bus.
You're standing there, and all of your things are kind of gathered around you, and there's a moment behind you where you kind of look back at your house and all of the houses around, and you realize how kind of they all look exactly the same. And you've been aware of this your entire life, but as you look at it now, um, something today feels different. And you had done a reading before you stepped out, and the cards had been clear that today was very important.
I think I did this reading in an app on my phone. I
Yeah.
have a deck of cards. They're very nice. I found them up in the attic somewhere. Didn't know
Mhm.
they were there before getting this letter, but they just kind of showed up. Which is weird because we've moved a lot. They shouldn't be there.
Your family is not wizarding, is that correct, Cameron?
As far as I know, they're not.
Right. And nobody came forward when you found out that you had to go to the school. So if your family does have magic within it, it's been held somewhat secret, which isn't, you don't really know how all this works. It's very confusing. You were given items that just kind of appeared as your week moved forward. And now you've got a broom and robes and some tarot cards and a few other items that have kind of accumulated over the course of this past week. And you know now, due to the letter that you received, that you're supposed to wait here at this time. And it seems to be just a little bit late, but on, as you're starting to look down at your phone as to what time it is, you see that the dial changes, and as the time clicks over to the hour, immediately there's an explosion, and this double-decker bus swirls out as if it were out of control, screeching on its brakes, stopping right in front of you. And car alarms all around your complex start going off, and you hear an old man somewhere screaming, "I told you, don't do that! No!" Somebody's yelling further down, and there's like a dog barking, and you hear the beep, 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 beep of multiple different car alarms as they kind of go off because of the bus arriving in such a loud backfire. And it screeches forward, the doors fling open, and you see the visage of Jack Stickman grinning madly at you as the doors fling open.
Hi?
Are you Cameron?
Yes.
Hello, my name is Jack Stickman, and I'm going to be driving you to school.
Okay, so I have a few questions.
Excellent.
Do you have certification, a license? Like, I know that you're supposed to have a C-class license for a bus, but this is a Decker bus, so I don't know if, and I check my phone to try and go, "Hey Siri."
Yeah.
Hey, oh, what? Siri's actually listening. Hold on. She's just
so
hey.
meta. It's so meta. Hello, how can I help you?
What kind of licenses do mannequins need?
I don't understand. Please try again.
Okay, well, I guess I'll check later. Maybe it'll change to a different thing when I'm in whatever med. Anyway,
I found three instances of the movie Mannequin. Would you like to watch the movie Mannequin?
No, Siri.
Okay.
I don't even know what that movie is.
My name's Jack Stickman, and I'm here to drive you to school.
Okay. I mean, I guess I just go with it. And I pick up my bags, all more of them than I should be able to carry, try and carefully arrange them so I can put them all on the bus at once. And I'm definitely struggling with it.
Yeah, so you're struggling onto the bus, and you've got this stack of these pink suitcases and bags and boxes and things. And you walk up, take a seat. We're going to be going in just a few moments. Thank you for riding with us. I can't wait for you to make your way to Aether House Academy.
Okay.
Hey, what's up, dude? Do you need help with all your bags? You look like you're having some problems there, bud.
I definitely do. So,
I just
what
grab
is
like
this all about?
don't worry, I totally got your back, okay? And I grab like all of her bags and I just kind of toss them up like wherever there's space.
Do you punch them or do you just throw them up?
I punch half of them.
Okay, so you punch half the bags.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me too much because they're the hard side luggage. Those were the most pink.
Chip's pretty tough though.
These are very sturdy. This is really nice luggage you got here, lady.
Thanks. See, I got them for like a cheerleading competition a while ago. And well, I mean,
cool.
I wasn't that a cheerleader.
Do you like sports?
No, I was a manager actually.
May I say that Olive, who just has like a long silver strand of hair in front of her face and just going like, she turns, she's like,
I have clips for that if you need.
No, I'm okay, thank you. This might be a bit of a peculiar question, but what is a sport?
Oh, sports are totally rad. Let's sit and talk about sports the whole bus right there. But by the way, my name is Chip. What's your name, new person?
My name's Cameron.
Oh, cool.
I use they them pronouns.
Oh, okay,
just so you
right.
know. Yeah.
Chip.
Yeah, what's up, A-Dog?
Maybe you should let them on the bus.
I'm helping. What are you doing?
While they're in the bus, so they can sit.
I need everyone to take a seat. We're going on the bus ride here really shortly.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. I guess I sit down if there's a seat next to Olive. I guess I sit next to Olive because that's the most available seat.
Okay, so you quickly sit down, and Sarah looks over at you. Just Sarah. You don't have to call me Shaking Sarah, and I'm she/her.
Why would anyone call you Shaking Sarah?
It's her nickname, and it's very good. By the way, I'm really happy that you remembered it, Sarah.
Everybody hold on! As there's an explosion, and everybody rocks forward as the bus catapults forward, and through the windows, you see a blur of starlight and Technicolor energy as things begin to whirl through the window. The regular world melts away, and you are traveling at full speed through here in this magical portal. And the bus does stop a few other times. It picks up a few more students. One stop in particular, you see a very small young man who enters onto the bus, and he has a pair of kind of crooked glasses that are clearly really big, thick prescription glasses. And he has his full school suit with a little tie and a vest, and all of it's a little mismatching, and he's carrying just a duffel bag with him, and he has a box, and the box is a small wooden box, and he comes on board, and Jack, of course, shouts at him, and then Chip, you see this young man as he steps onto the bus.
Hey, what's up, new kid? Welcome to the bus to wizard school.
Hi. I wasn't expecting to have to be social right off on the get-go.
No worries, bud. What's your name?
I gotta go.
Cool.
I gotta go. And the kid just kind of pushes past you and runs all the way to the back of the bus and slams down into the seat across from Aiden and Cortez.
You may have made a mistake.
I'm afraid. Did I? Hey,
no,
what's going on? I'm Cortez. What's happening? And then the bus explodes and starts moving forward as all of you kind of jolt forward. And after an extended trip, the bus doesn't stop in any place that's familiar to you. In fact, the stars and all of the blur of Technicolor waves of energy slowly melt away, and you see yourselves in the clouds, flying through the sky in this double-decker bus. And off in the distance, you see what looks like an upturned mountain floating amongst the clouds. And there is an enormous, beautiful castle that has been built upon various rocky cliffs and reaches up into the sky. It is a magnificent and ancient-looking structure. It is unlike anything that you've ever seen, and you firmly believe that it must be a fantasy.
Wow.
The bus continues on. And then it gets closer.
Judging by this bus, I was expecting something less impressive.
And as the bus continues to backfire through the sky, you see a large yard in front of this enormous castle. And it is enshrined by a number of very thick, large walls and heavy gates. And you see a mass of people swirling around in these courtyards. And as you get closer, all the tiny little people clearly start becoming more apparent that these are students, these are teachers, these are people moving through the campus of Aether House Academy. And you have been described this place in the past, but you have never seen it. And the sight of it is breathtaking. All of you and the entire bus, really, with the exception maybe of Cortez, is silent for a moment as the bus gets closer. And you see a number of other buses that have been kind of parked off onto one side. And you touch down to the ground with a very gentle, surprising bump. And nothing shakes or rattles. And then the bus shuts off. Welcome to Aether House Academy for the Arcane Arts. Your magical journey will now begin. And there's a creaking as the doors open. And there is a figure standing outside of the door waiting on you.
May I have a quick moment with Cameron?
You may.
Can I just still be fiddling with my hair? And I'm like, hi, I'm Olive. She, her.
Well, you already know my name's Cameron. Are you sure you don't want like a clip and like combs, brushes, a scrunchie, like all of the starts coming out? It's like, I mean, I can help you if you need it. It's totally fine.
She just reaches into her bag and places something kind of like weird and crusty and round into your hand, if you'll let her.
Yeah, like I shuffle around the accessories a little bit and hold my hand out. It's just like,
and I take my hand away and it's an owl pellet, and I say, if you put that under your pillow, you'll have good luck.
I'm sorry, excuse me. I gotta get off this bus. Pardon me. And the kid from the back of the bus has run up as fast as he can, trying to push to be the first kid off of the bus. Sorry, I'm just a little claustrophobic, and I know it's not, and he kind of like stumbles down the steps and out, running into a figure that is standing there on the other side of the double doors of the double-decker bus. Anais, you have been assigned to this group. They will form a coven, most likely, some of the individuals on this bus, but you know that you will particularly be shepherding them through their first days here at the academy. And it is a task that has been given to you with the utmost confidence, as it has been arranged by Professor Zhao, who is the supervising staff member of this organized welcome committee. You have volunteered, and some of the more popular kids have agreed to do this as well, because it's a good thing to kind of lay down your territory right off the bat. So please describe yourself, and we'll talk about the first thing that you see when this bus door opens, okay?
Yeah. So Anais is standing there. She's got this like extremely wide brim, like optic white sun hat, like pinned magically behind a head full of like long, wild, dark curls. She has like dark skin. Her uniform is like well-tailored and immaculate and like brand new, but over it, she's got like chained at the neck, this like floral print silk robe that goes to like lace at the sleeves kind of over it, in this like very bougie approximation of like cottagecore, which obviously like Olive is living and breathing, so that's a whole thing. And she's just kind of standing there with her wand, and then she snaps it and it opens like a fan, and she just starts fanning herself, waiting, and just looks very bothered by this little like boy that like nearly runs into her. And just,
oh, sorry, I didn't mean to bump into you.
Oh, my saints alive. What are you in a rush for? You made it.
I just am a little claustrophobic, and
Are you one of mine? What's your name, darling?
My friends call me
I'm not your friend.
Danger Wolf Darkhawk.
Oh, thanks. I hate it. You can just run
Yeah.
along to whatever
I've,
you were doing.
You could just call me Danger.
I
if
won't do that. Please go find a tissue. You sound congested.
I have allergies.
I'm allergic to the continuance of this conversation. Thank you.
I'm sorry. I'll stand over here. And so he kind of like moves himself over. Which of you is the next off the bus?
Definitely Chip.
So you've gathered your things, Chip, and you've
yeah.
got armful of bags and stuff, and you walk down.
Oh, hey, what's up there, bud?
I don't know who you could possibly be referring to. We have not made our acquaintances yet. What was your name?
Oh, sorry about that. My name is Chip. You can call me Chip or Chip and Dip or the Brutal Beast. Like, whatever's good. What's your name?
My name is Anais.
Oh, it's a really cool name.
Thank you. Did everyone get a weird...
What? What?
Nope, sorry, go ahead. You go on.
Anais? I'm just trying to say it right, bud.
No, you're great. Go ahead.
I did it. Anais.
Yeah, you did it. It just rolls off the tongue when you say it. I think you're one of mine.
Oh, so cool. You're what? Like your new best friend?
That's presumptuous.
Stepping up to you, Anais, is Verity Williams, one of your friends here at the school. You two have spent a lot of time together. Also, Verity is from a very old wizarding family, all the way back to Salem, and is very well respected among certain circles, and also deeply hated by a lot of other circles. But the two of you have gotten along fairly well.
She's so nice. I don't know why anyone dislikes her.
She's taking part of this bus, and you're taking the other one, and she walks up. Oh, I'm sorry I was late. I really didn't want to deal with this.
I know. It's an adventure, to be sure, but go on, go ahead. Don't get on the bus or Jack will talk to you.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll wait here, and then when it's all said and done, we'll go and we'll talk about things. By the way, my family is going to be having a special gathering this weekend. If you're available, Anais, we really would like for you to be there again.
I am so available, and you know it. I wouldn't miss it for the world.
You are the best, and you are endless, and I celebrate your passion. I really do.
Treasure your friendship.
I treasure yours.
Good. We're so good.
And
hey, Chip.
Hey, did like all wizards talk like this? Because I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Is there a dog barking somewhere? Because I feel like I hear a dog.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine what it would be.
I know. I'm sorry about what you have to do today. I really think it was unfair of Zhao to put you in this position, but I'll take half of them.
Okay, you take the other half. I have a list here. Okay, Chip, I think you're mine. I'm looking for an Aiden, an Olive, and a Cameron, please, and thank you.
Hey, dog, come on out, bud.
Oh God.
Did everyone on the bus get a nickname?
I grab my my things, and I come on, let's go. Let's get out of here.
Meow.
I know. Here we go. Let's go. Come on. That was perfect timing. I appreciate you working with me.
Aiden, if you need anything, I'm around. And remember what I told you. If he does this to you, just know that you can answer effectively anything, and it'll keep him busy.
Right.
All right.
I swear I'll remember what that means.
Sure.
Cortez, are you back there?
Yeah, Cortez busts out, get bent, and walks back. Cortez for Brooms!
All of that puffing, it's practically draconic.
I step down from the bus and I go, were you the one who called my name?
I did. Surname, if you wouldn't mind. I don't know why we're not doing full introductions.
Oh, sorry. I thought, anyway, Gray Branch. Last name Gray Branch.
A Gray Branch?
Oh.
That's interesting.
I'm sure it is.
What are you doing this weekend?
What am I doing this weekend? Nothing that I know of. I actually have no plans other than what I'm doing exactly right now. So
clear your schedule. We're going to make space for the next of the Gray Branches. Verity grabs a couple of students that she's dealing with, and she ushers them off. And now you're all kind of left there. Olive, neither you nor Cameron have yet come off of the bus, though.
I know. I'm not sure I entirely want to.
I'm standing and I'm looking around, and I just go.
What's wrong?
Oh, no, nothing's wrong. I just realized I don't have to see my family for a long time, and that just made me happy all of a sudden.
Oh.
No, it's
One
not
of those
bad. It's
things.
just. Anyway, I'll wait here while you gather the others.
Oh. Yeah, I guess I'll do it.
What am I?
And she just turns and waits. She does not make a move to go and get them.
I guess we'll just both stand here then.
Oh, hey, Olive, Cameron, are y'all coming out?
Can I look at Cameron and go, please go first?
Olive, we have to talk about sports.
I have a bag in each hand. I'm just like, well, I mean, if no one's going to come out and help me and both bags get thrown out the door.
Oh, my saints
She's
alive.
like, I can't carry all of these. And Chip's already gotten off the bus. And then I come out with more bags. And I'm just like, I mean, if I didn't have so many things that I needed to bring with me, it would have been fine. Oh, watch out. Sorry.
It's all right. I'll help you. I'll pick these up. And
It's okay.
Danger Wolf starts picking up bags and kind of helping you out.
I feel like I should employ that old rule, like don't talk to strangers, and I don't quite know you yet. So, and I just grab the bag and pull it back towards me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just I'll just carry my thing.
I know you're very helpful, but I think I can manage it. Yeah.
Can I just interject and say, while that's a generally good rule, you might as well allow the niceties to happen. And if young Mr. Danger Wolf here wants to throw himself into physical labor on your behalf, why wouldn't you let him?
Well, I mean, if this is a magic school, why isn't there like magic to help carry bags and stuff?
There is. Can you do?
Attention, students! It is your head librarian, Evelyn Song.
Oh, she sounds like she has a lot of cats.
I welcome each and every one of you to the Aether House Academy for the Arcane Arts. We are honored by your presence. If you have now left your bus, we would ask that you make your way to the Grand Hall, where the welcome ceremony will take place. Afterwards, there will be a brief moment for refreshments. Welcome. Oh dear, is this on? We would remind all students that no broom handling or riding will be allowed until and such has been sanctioned within the hallways. Demerits will be handed out to those who do not follow the rules regarding spellcasting. Thank you and welcome to the Academy. Is it off now?
No.
Snuggles, come here. Snuggles.
Oh my God.
No, Snuggles. Oh, sorry.
Oh, did you guys hear there's gonna be food? We should totally go.
We should. And if you're food motivated, I'm not going to. Oh, okay. Hello?
I'd like to step off the bus now, please. Holding my toad.
Aren't you prettier than a magnolia in May? Who are you?
I'm so overwhelmed I can't really feel my toes.
Oh. Okay.
And my name's Olive.
Anais Greer of the Savannah Greers. Well, why don't you come with me? Wait, Olive. And I want to go back to the list. Do I recognize her last name?
You do.
Oh. Okay. And she is gonna, like, if you allow her, she's gonna kind of try to like catch you and like loop arms with you and kind of like usher you. You know, old money, old family, old magic, one family to another. It's not so bad once you get used to everything, darling.
I think it looks perfectly lovely.
Danger Wolf tries to put his arm through your other arm so that you are all locked together in arms.
Stop smiling.
I want to swat him.
I thought this was like a group building process. I didn't know.
Please prove your loyalty to the group by carrying the luggage. Danger Wolf.
I will do that, Ms. Greer. Thank you.
Is your name really Danger Wolf?
Yeah, of course.
It's a very good name, and I love it. So we're definitely gonna keep it. We may come up with a better nickname later, but I will let you know. I will also help you with those bags, and I have my bags, and I take some of the Cameron's bags.
I'm sure you'd be surprised to find out that I don't believe you.
Thank you. And like so everybody behind this group is kind of like carrying the bags. You're all moving through. There are a number of floating pedestals that have been marked, and Anais, you know that these will go off to the separate rooms as it goes off to the chambers for each of these students. So all they have to do is place their bags there. Anything that they don't need, which for class you will need a few things. So you can take what you want. If you choose to take it with you, you should let me know. Otherwise, you can put everything else for your living and your comfort onto these various floating little platforms that are stone and have these glowing runes worked around them.
Thanks.
Right. Well, I put my bags on there. I take whatever I happen to need for that class. We're going to. I take my wand, and I look at Morgana and say, "Are you going on there? Are you coming with me?"
No. Morgana just kind of like stands close to you and like looks around. Immediately, Morgana, though, throws up hackles as another cat appears on the stone steps ahead of you that lead up to the main part of the school. You can see these enormous, beautifully worked double doors that are opened up, and students are streaming in as the buzz and the day-to-day routine has just started within the school. So as people are beginning to move around with their books and wands and their brooms, and some brooms are floating, but nobody's riding brooms right now. They're just kind of like carrying them along with them. There's various familiars. There's a cat that doesn't seem to be with anyone else, and it's a full black cat with one eye, and that it's been slashed right here. And inside of the eye is what looks like a gem that has been set in there, and it kind of has this weird milky kind of pearl-like glint. And this black cat, very sleek, walks down towards Morgana.
Aren't you spooky?
What's happening?
Don't start any fights, all right? We're trying to make a good impression on the first day.
Oh my.
That's not good.
The two cats begin kind of communicating to each other in a way as the black cat tried to get a little close and just was testing out territory, and Morgana immediately started to fight back and hiss. Stool kind of like crunches up really close to you, Olive, and if anybody else has familiars, they get a little antsy. What would you like to do, Aiden?
I'm going to crouch down, like in between both of the cats, and I just with one hand each, I just pop them both on the nose, and I go, "Stop fighting."
Okay, so what I would like for you to do, we'll call this a grit roll. I'd like for you to roll your grit versus the cat's grit. So this is a contested kind of like the same way when you might cast a spell to fight with one another. There's another entity that is working with you. So this is two entities that both are going to have rolls. We're going to compare the two, and the higher is going to take that. Now, unlike with difficulty challenges, we are currently just rolling off to see who has the better roll. If you have any bonuses, what die do you roll for grit, Aiden?
D4.
Oh no.
With a +1 from my wand.
I think that tarot card is starting to make sense now. Okay, so but you do have your wand, and it's a +1, so be sure to add that.
Well, that's not terrible. That's 5.
Okay, so actually you did succeed because both of these cats were rolling approximately the same grit, and they only got a 3. So you have booped them both, and they both kind of look back and they're shaking for a minute, and they do that sneeze thing. And
I want to have a nice first day. I'm sure you both want to have a nice first day. So, can you get along and stop? Oh, right. Don't dice explode, right?
Yeah.
They do. Did you get an
I
additional?
got a 4 with a +5.
Yeah, roll it again.
So you're gonna add
another
even more.
4.
Yeah. Roll
You
it
gotta
again.
keep going.
So
You gotta keep
powerful
going.
against cats.
Okay, so that's 9. That's 12 in total.
You decimated the cats. It's
Yeah.
there. They both kind of back up. It's still a total success.
Right.
So yeah, again, both cats kind of like look back, and the black cat turns and just kind of like runs off, and then Morgana looks to you, and isn't used to being corrected, and just kind
I'm
of
sorry about that.
You don't know. You think maybe she respects you more.
Try and get along with other people. You're going to be here for a while.
Yeah.
Aiden Greybranch, you corrected that cat and didn't lose a finger. I'd expect nothing less from the venerable bonesmiths from which you come.
Yeah. Why is that cat important?
This is what you know, Anais, is
Yeah.
that cat is a horrible cat. It has a bad attitude, and
Yeah.
you have seen it scratch students, bite students, attack students out of nowhere. It seems to be vindictive and completely evil. Its name is Madagascar, and it's one of Evelyn Song's cats, but it doesn't stay in the library.
Madagascar is practically a demon on 4 paws.
Oh, well, I wish I would have known that before I tried to correct it. Anyway, well, it turned out all right, I guess.
Well, aren't you flippant? Okay, well, we should go. We need to refuel Chip here.
Yes.
So all of you gather together, you put your bags onto these floating platforms, and they just kind of like wander off. They float up high. They don't go into the school itself. They kind of levitate up and kind of travel around the castle as they go off to their destinations. Each of you gather around Anais, and you enter into the large wooden double doors. And as you do, you see before you the grand entry hall of Aether House Academy. Floating in the center of an enormous, well-appointed stone corridor that looks as if the architecture has been borrowed from a dozen different cultures. You see a strange intermingling from all across the world in the way that the rugs and the stonework and the statuary and the roofing is all interworked together seamlessly. It seems to all fit and belong, but it's almost completely alien to all of you, in that it's such a wide swath of different styles and architecture. In the center, however, your eyes immediately alight upon what is an enormous floating crystal. And it is easily 12 feet in height, and it is iridescent and faintly glowing as it floats in the center of an arcane circle. And that circle is blazing with bright colored runes that are constantly turning around as if some sort of celestial clock was in motion. And you hear once more. And the crystal pulses.
Ooh.
Beyond that, you see an enormous painting and 2 stairs that lead up. The painting is of a very strong woman. She has beautifully pulled together hair that has metal pins fitted within it. She's older, but she holds a wisdom and a youthfulness in her face. She is dressed in beautiful purple robes and has a wand seated upon her lap. She is very serene and wise looking. As she looks down upon you, you see this image, and it seems as if it alights upon each of you. And there is a plaque underneath that says, Althea Aetherhouse, Headmistress. And that's where we're going to take a break. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We're going to take a quick 10-minute break. Don't go anywhere. We've gotten the students to the school, and now it's time to see what happens once they start to interact with all of the secrets that Aether House holds for them. I'm going to thank the players all once again. It's only going to be about 10 minutes. Please don't go anywhere. If you haven't already, jump into that Discord. Our mods are going to be around to let you know what's going on. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You are here at the Hunters Entertainment Twitch.tv stream of Kids on Brooms, and we are currently exploring our very own homebrew wizard school world known as Aether House Academy. Each of the players here have already introduced themselves. If you're just joining us for the first time, welcome. We've got some amazing mods in the chat right now who are looking to help you out. So don't be shy, ask questions, have fun. There is a homework assignment that is circulating right now, and if you've gotten it, I hope you're having fun with it. If you wish to know more about that as well, you can ask the mods and they'll give you a little more information. When we had last left our students, they had entered into the bus, having left the world that they knew behind, and had introduced themselves to Anais Greer, who is their student representative and part of the welcome committee here at the academy. They had begun their journey by moving into the school itself and had discovered a cat named Madagascar, who has a very ill temper and clearly doesn't like Aiden's familiar known as Morgana. They'd also seen an enormous crystal in the center of the main entry chamber that has a network of arcane symbols that work together like a celestial clock, moving in arcane patterns on the floor. And when a number of tones occurred within the bell, the school bell, the crystal began to hum and glow. Anais was taking the students to the grand ceremony hall, where they were going to be greeted by the professors and having been given their classroom assignments. They had seen the image, the painted portrait of Althea Aetherhouse hanging on the wall. And that is where we had taken our break. So we're going to jump right back into it. Anais, you are standing there with these new students who are freshly off of the bus and are now with you in the main entry hall of the castle for the academy. What would you like to do?
So it's tradition that when you first lay eyes upon Althea, our venerated founder, that you perform a bit of magic as proof that you belong here in her hallowed halls. I'm just making that up. I want to lie to them and make them do magic.
Let's see. I'm going to say that they're probably going to buy it, so we won't have you roll for that. Go ahead and make a charm roll. Yeah, I'd say actually make a charm roll. Let's see if you bought this.
I like lying.
I mean, we're a bunch of idiots, so.
How'd you do?
I got an 11.
Yeah, okay.
No.
Does anyone wish to contest this? Yeah, I mean, it seems pretty believable. And so you're told by Anais this. Go ahead.
Oh, magic, right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hold up my wand, and I'm going to try and make a little bit of like smoke kind of drift out and make my family's like our sigil or symbol is our family's crest.
Okay, so you're going to cast a spell to perform a very baseline illusion spell.
Yeah.
I'm going to have you use your brains.
Okay.
And so you're going to...
I have a D10 for brains.
Excellent. So you're going to be rolling a D10 plus your magic die, which is a D4.
Right.
And if you have any adversity tokens, every time you fail, remember, you're adding an adversity token to your pool, and you can use those for a +1 bonus to any roll that you choose.
Right.
The exception to that is if it's a snap decision. So if you're doing something really quick because you're either frightened or something big has just happened, or in the case of alchemy, if you're making potions, you can't use adversity tokens in that moment. You're going to have to be sure to save those for later. Yes, Momo, question.
Does that mean that I got one when I severely fucked up when we first started?
That's exactly what
Nice.
that means. Yeah.
Cool.
That would be an 8.
An 8 total. Okay. So I didn't tell you the difficulty. This is a spell that you have cast before. You know your family's crest very easily. It's my fault as your headmaster to have not told you that off the bat. But typically what would happen is I have a list of questions that I have to answer. Have you cast the spell before? How difficult is it? Sorry. Is it breaking reality? Are any of these things huge factors? And altogether, I've totaled it up. It's about a 5. So I think that you succeed here. It's not impressive. It's very kind of routine. It's not a huge number of successes past that. So you do manage to create a plume of smoke that comes out of your wand. And describe to us your family crest.
So the family crest is it's in a sort of almost like kind of a half circle of laurels. It sits like this, and then inside, from the center of it, grows this kind of withered looking tree with no leaves, and that's our family sigil.
I love it. And as you do so, Morgana kind of sits pertly and looks at everybody else with like this very arrogant.
Is that appropriate?
That'll do.
Oh, can I go
Yes,
next? I'm like real excited.
You don't have to ask me. I'm not your teacher.
Oh, well, like I thought you said you were like gonna take care of us and we're like your pod or whatever, but okay, anyway, we're a team. So I'm gonna add on to A-Dog's magic. I want to cast a spell that is also illusion, like an illusion spell. But if his sigil is still up, I'd like to add, I'd like to add a bear pooping in the woods, like next to it, like where the branches are.
Okay, so you're gonna add a pooping bear to Aiden's family crest.
Yes.
I'm gonna have you make a grit roll to do
Yes.
that because it is pretty ballsy.
Okay, it's
so
a D6
we're gonna.
for me.
It's a D6. It is magic, so you're gonna add your D4. And have you cast a spell of this kind of type before as an illusion? Would you say that Chip has done
Yeah,
this?
I feel like Chip loves to play practical jokes on his family, or his.
It's not a
family.
difficult spell, and it's a practical joke. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a break here. I'm going to say that it is also a 5. So you have a difficulty of 5 for adding on to the spell, and you can roll your D6 plus your D4. And if you want to use any adversity tokens, I know you've picked up a few.
Okay, I'm gonna roll first. So wait, I roll a D6 and a D4.
Yes.
Okay. What was the hardness level? Sorry, 4, 5, 6. It was 5. Okay, I got a 6.
Okay, so you got a 6, and so it's not a huge success, but you do manage to add on to it. There's a fairly crudely illusioned bear, and it's clear what the bear is doing, but it kind of looks like a kid drew it.
It's like a crayon drawing of a bear.
And there's just this little pile of poop underneath it.
Tasteful.
Oh.
Oh, look, I added on because we're like a team, right? It's pretty good.
I just look at her, or her. I'm sorry, I forgot that him, her. What was your pronoun?
You can she, her, me, because I don't really care, but also
Okay.
like the rock or the brute or whatever.
I look at Chip, and don't say anything, but I just stare.
Are we friends now? I'm loving this. This is very good.
Anais and Morgana are making the same face, by the way.
The smoke goes away.
Everyone who stares at me in disgust, I just lock eyes with them and try to become best friends with them instead.
It works a little bit.
Right next to you, Chip, you feel Danger Wolf kind of saddle up. I thought that was pretty funny. I mean, I don't think it wasn't really making fun of him. It's just a bear pooping. I mean, that's just comedy.
You totally get it. I high five Danger Wolf.
Like he was doing this because Aiden was given the necromantic death stare, so he threw his hands up, and then you high fived one of his hands.
Double high five.
I will remember that, Danger Wolf.
Okay, which of you would like to do the ritual spell for next?
I can do it. And I think even as I'm casting, it's just is this a real thing or a hazing thing? And I'm digging through a little pink carry-on bag to pull out a tarot deck. And instead of pulling out the deck, I just pull out a single card.
Nice.
The one of fire. And I just kind of toss it towards the air. And I'm going to try and make a death's head moth. Like an actual moth.
Okay, so
Nice.
a little bit of conjuration.
A little bit.
So I am going to have you roll your flight for this actually, and so what's your flight die?
It's a D10.
Nice.
Okay, so you got a D10 plus your D4 and any adversity tokens that you want, because you've probably created moths before for conjuration. Have you created small insects?
Probably not that I'm entirely aware of, but there's definitely just been moths in the house that I let out.
Okay, I'm going to say it's a little more difficult because you are creating something that is tangible, not just an illusion. It's not just smoke. It's actually a living creature. So I'm going to give it a difficulty of 7.
And in answer to your question, does it matter if it's hazing because you're doing it?
I mean, it doesn't because it's hazing. It's actually whatever. I understand is what I'm saying. And I rolled a 10, a 9, and a 1.
Yeah, you do this, and the card flips out of your hand, and this beautiful large moth takes flight and flies out of the room, hovers around the crystal once, lands upon Althea Aetherhouse's cheek for a moment, and then disappears.
Oh, so that's what these things do. What?
Wait, are you telling me you did that without knowing what you were doing?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I was
I mean, I found these.
amazed.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just like,
really
yeah, I
impressive.
found these in the attic.
That's so
I didn't
weird.
even know we had an attic. I don't think we have an attic. And I just kind of stare off into the distance.
You lose the thread of things kind of often, but you're very powerful.
No, I just
gonna get off the
learned
game.
that magic is a real thing and not like a thing in movies. So
Alright.
it's whatever.
Your parents weren't magical then.
Aiden, you
Probably
can't just
not.
ask people if they were born from mundanes.
Well, no, I mean, I was just
I
inferring.
mean, it's
from what
fine. It's
they
whatever.
said.
Oh, I didn't know it was like a big deal because like I'm full wizard like in my jeans, but like my blue jeans. But like my dad's a muggle, but it's totally fine. Like I kind of understand a little left and right here. So I think it's cool that you're born from muggle parents. That's pretty human parents. That's pretty cool.
Olive, I'm throwing up in my mouth a little bit. Do you mind if I go next and then you go? Because I just am nervous, and I think if I don't do this now, I'm never going to do it.
That is highly my preference because I think if I go now, I will throw up.
Oh, good. We don't need more vomit on the floor than
I would
necessary.
prefer no vomit, please.
Yes.
Wait,
Alright,
is
so-
Danger Wolf part of our pod?
It's not called a pod, it's called a coven.
Oh,
Right.
pod
And-
sounds so much cooler though,
Oh,
right?
I've
Does
seen
it?
that movie. It was
I
on
don't feel
Netflix.
great about being likened to an orca personally, but whatever floats.
Dolphins are beautiful, first of all.
Why are we talking about this?
Hmm.
All right, so I'm just gonna
Makes
do this
sense to
now.
me.
I'm just gonna do it. I've been working. Okay, so this is my familiar. It's MC Croaks a lot, and he pulls out this big fat green toad, and he's gonna compose a rap for Althea.
Do you need a beat?
I will try to cast a spell.
Do you need a beat?
Yeah. Do a
Okay.
beat, and I'll do the Toadius Rapius. And I'm gonna have him roll his grit.
Should I roll to beat?
Your beat is perfect. I don't think you
Yeah.
need to do a thing.
The flow
Um,
is so funky.
So yeah, no, Danger Wolf fails. There's a spark, and then the frog, just like this really loud belch of smoke, kind of pops out of the frog's mouth.
Mm.
Oh, it's. Were you trying to make pyro for the rap, or
Did
okay.
you think that I was? Because if so, yes.
Sure.
Okay, Olive, your turn. I'm stepping over here.
All right,
Okay.
Olive. So what are you going to do?
Can I tug on Cameron's sleeve? I'm assuming they have a sleeve. I'm very sorry.
Yes.
Could I borrow the present that I gave you for just 1 second, please? You can have it back after.
So about that, was it important? Because I think I kind of maybe dropped it in the confusion with all of my bags.
No, it was like owl vomit, but now I'm not sure I have any
It is.
ideas. Is there any like plant life around?
If you
Inside,
wait longer, I'll put down roots. Does that count?
I don't think that does count.
there are a number of very verdant-looking house plant type things that are very foreign-looking, but they're lined up around the outskirts of the room, further away. You could walk over there and grab a leaf or something.
Yeah,
Like that.
I'd like to walk over there and grab a leaf, please. And I'd like to pick up the leaf and place it between my hands and look around at everybody looking at me, waiting to do something. And I'd like to start whispering something in a language that doesn't even sound like a language, but almost like it's English, but backwards, so soft you can barely even make out what it is I'm saying.
Mhm.
And I'd like for my eyes to roll into the back of my head so that all you can see is the whites. And as I pull my hands apart, I'd like for the life to like leave the leaf, like it just crumples up and becomes all dried and colorless. And then as I press my hands back, it like it's leaf again.
Okay, so I would like for you to roll your let's have you roll your fight. So this is
Fight.
Yeah, you're like attacking the life energy around you. And I'm gonna say, what's your die for that?
It's 4.
Okay, so you still have your magic die, and you have all of the adversity tokens that you've gathered.
How do I use those adversity tokens again?
It's a +1 to your roll automatically. So
Let's
you
do
could do it
that.
after you roll. You can see how you roll. Your dice might explode, and you may not need it.
What do I
So-
gotta roll?
So this is the
Do we
thing.
know?
You've done this before. This is very simple. It is a leaf. You're just trying to dry it out. I'm not going to make this a difficult spell at all. I'm going to say
for breakfast all
Yeah.
the time.
I'm going to say the difficulty is simply a 3.
Oof.
Did you
That's
roll your
exactly
magic die
what
too?
I got.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, and
Did
so
you roll both dice?
You have 2 dice to roll.
I do?
Yeah. So one is your magic die, which is also a D4, and then your fight die, which is a D4.
Right. That's 6 in total.
Okay, so you crushed it.
Switching.
The leaf absolutely crumbles to dust when you're done, and that energy just kind of dissipates, and there's this whoa, as you notice that the crystal behind you hums and seems to glow a little more brightly when all of this energy has kind of been expended from all of you in place of this. And you hear once again, Anais, you know that means you're late.
Saints alive, this took much longer than I expected. Y'all are deeply magical. I'm very proud of you, but we will have so much more trouble on our hands if we don't get to class.
Oh,
And she's just gonna turn and just start running down the hallway.
no. So as we're walking, I go, Cameron.
Yeah.
I apologize about the non-magical thing. I've never met anyone from a non-magical family, so I just kind of got excited.
Me neither.
I didn't mean for it to be offensive.
It's okay. You haven't really offended me. Like,
No, just by the way,
I'm not magic. I'm also not actually from Texas. I'm from California.
Whoa, that's so
like,
cool.
But
Yeah, I just live there. So anyway, and I'm just like fast walking with my little carry-on rolling behind me.
oh well. I thought
They
you.
will have our guts for garters. Please hurry.
Yes, all right, I'm coming.
I'm from Ohio.
I did not ask.
And the Danger Wolf is like behind you guys running with this toad, this frog, and everybody is rushing through the hallways. You see doors are slamming around you through the corridors. Large wooden, ironclad doors that look like they are, were built in the medieval era, and they're slamming shut to rooms. And as you charge forward, you see that Anais seems to know where she's headed, and she curves around corners. Everyone is winded as all of the doors have slammed along this hallway. You see 2 large doors, and they're already slowly closing. Everybody who wants to make it through can make a flight roll to make sure that you make it through the door before it slams. Otherwise, you're going to be on the other side of the door. Anais, you made it through without a problem because you were way ahead. Nobody was stopping to ask questions on your side. You were charging.
That would be a 7.
Okay, so the difficulty here is a 5. So anyone who gets a 5 or above is going to be able to succeed at this. It's not super difficult. It's fairly slow because they're so large, but they are closing.
Did we start the game with 1 adversity token or 0? We 1. Okay.
You should have 1.
So I got 1 for failing, another 1 for failing early on. So I'm going to use those to re-roll because I have lucky.
Yeah.
I can use 2 adversity tokens to re-roll a stat check.
Okay.
So I got a 10.
Okay, so you got a 10 total. Chip, you actually caught up to Anais, and you kind of slide into the room.
Yeah.
Tell me in what kind of cool mode do you slide into this room?
Usually run past Anais and I say, "Hey girl, never skip cardio day," and then I do like a cool slide, like a what is that movie? I don't know, Cocktail, and I just go like into the room with my feet sliding on the floor.
I believe you're talking about risky business.
So close, Tom Cruise, so close.
Okay, so you do a risky business slide into this room past Anais, and Anais, you're the second one into the room now.
Yeah, as she goes by, I do want to just say, like, consider broom ball.
What's up?
How did you do, Aiden?
I got a 7.
Okay, so yeah, you make it in as well. It's not as powerful as Chip's entrance, but you do make it through without a problem. Olive, how did you do?
I got a 1. And
Like a
I'm gonna
yeah.
save my adversity token because that seems pretty fitting. Because she's just like,
Okay, and that's a 1. Okay, and so Cameron, how did you do?
I got an 8.
Everyone enters into the space without a problem. However, Anais, as you do a quick head count of everybody as they charge forward, you realize that 2 students have fallen behind, and the doors slam. And you do not have Olive, and you do not have Danger Wolf.
I would like
Uh,
to. I would
Cameron
like to throw
just
my.
kind of like pushes on the door.
Olive, I don't know about this. What do you want to do?
cry mostly.
What if we use magic? Could we teleport? Have you ever done a teleport?
No.
Oh, no.
Are we allowed to do that? I don't know much of anything.
I'm from Ohio. I'm not, my family's not a wizarding family either.
I don't even know where in Ohio is.
We're gonna die!
Oh my god. Okay, this is fine.
I just got here!
Can I slap him?
Stop!
Please, we gotta pull ourselves together.
I needed that,
I'm
Olive.
so
Thank
sorry.
you.
I don't know why I did that.
No, I needed it. I deserved it. Thank you.
No, you didn't. You seem like a very nice individual.
I am really nice.
Can I reach into my bag and give him an owl pellet?
I don't know what this
Put
is.
on your pillow,
Is
it'll
it
keep you
candy
cooked
or?
No.
All right, so he almost eats it, and then he stops. It's not candy. Okay, I'll save it. And so the doors are slammed. On the other side of the door, as you two are freaking out, real quickly, Olive, is there something that you want to try to do?
Can I knock?
Okay.
Boof, boof.
You politely
Fair.
knock. Anais, you're standing there. There is a dark shadow that is walking down the corridor towards you. It doesn't really look so much like walking as it does floating. You immediately recognize the cold, unyielding presence of Proctor Professor Margrave Malveaux, the head of necromancy and the interim headmaster of the entire school. You realize that seated neatly in rows of chairs in the grand hall, all looking towards a stage that has a line of all of the professors up at the top, everyone has turned and is looking at all of you. The room is silent. A pin could be heard. And down the central corridor, the aisle, you see Proctor Professor Malveaux gliding towards you with a glower upon his face. Ms. Greer, is there a problem with your assigned coven?
Not to mince words or anything, but technically my coven is right over there. We're all here. That's
Ms.
not
Greer, you know what I mean.
I do. And these new students were so excited to pay homage and, learn the 5 pillars. 5 pillar, she like nudges everyone to like do the hand sign. She doesn't know if anyone has told her or has told them, but like
Ship tries to high five Anais.
ow, I don't know why you attacked me.
So all you're starting to do this.
Yeah.
I see her do that, and I just.
Yep.
Cameron does this.
Take it.
This institution has been based on the study of magic for as long as time remembers. And despite what Cortez may tell you, this is not a way to approach me. I will see that each of you is given a single demerit for this disruption, and I would ask that all of you make your seats so as not to hamper the educational experience of the rest of these students. Is there any question here?
Would my father or mother have told me about this professor?
Yes. You in fact are well acquainted with this individual. You've never met him. You've seen portraits and you've heard stories, and your parents read books that he has helped to author, and they are friends from like a professional standpoint. And as necromancers, they are closely tied together.
What was the last name again?
Malvo.
Malvo. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. Are you Professor Malvo?
He softens as his eyes light upon you. You think he recognizes you.
You're friends with my parents. I'm Aiden Greybranch.
Yes.
It's a pleasure to meet you. We've never actually met.
Aiden.
Yes. I apologize for being late. I didn't mean to.
I would expect so much more from a Greybranch.
Yes, I will do better in the future.
You will. I promise you that.
Hi, my name's Chip.
Oh, fuck. I just turn around.
Aiden's like my very good friend, and Anais is like super cool and has been totally teaching us all the ropes. Like, we totally get it now. My friend Olive's in the hallway. She's just like figuring out her life right now. This is Cameron. Cameron's also very cool, has cards.
And immediately, Chip, you freeze.
Damn it.
And pause. Now, if you wish to contest this, you may.
Chip's gonna.
Do it.
All right.
I walk away and I find a seat. I just leave. I can't.
You go and you sit down. Does anyone else sit down?
Sorry.
It takes me a moment, but I like look at Chip, look at Aiden, who's already leaving, look at Malvo, and I just go, okay. And I'm gonna go sit down.
Okay, so you find a seat as well, Aiden,
It's
and you guys are like
abandoning me.
sitting in the back, and you just kind of like drop down into the first seats. Anais, do you stay?
I'm gonna. She was standing like very cowed with her wand behind her back, close to the door, and she's gonna feign a sneezing fit and try to blow the door open to let Olive and Deathwolf in.
Okay, so we'll come back to your action here in just a moment. Chip, I need you. This is a contested roll. So you're going to have to defeat the spell that is being cast against you, and I'm going to roll it. Your difficulty for this is you're going to need to roll your flight to try to evade it, okay? What is your flight die?
D12, bud.
Okay, bud. So roll a D12 as you try to resist the magical effects. Now, do you throw a wand up and try to do a charm or anything like that to stop it?
No, dog. I just use my pecs.
Okay, so you're going to flex your way out of the spell.
Hell yeah.
So go ahead and make a flight roll with your D12.
I believe in you, Chip.
I mean, like, it's an 8, but I have the courage of youth on my side.
Do you want to spend any adversity tokens?
I use them all, dog.
Okay, I need to tell you your target number though before you do that.
Okay.
How you have to hit a 15.
Cool, not happening.
And do you how many adversity tokens do you have? And that's based on a roll. So
I was gonna say I have 0 because I used the 2 of them last time.
okay, so you don't want to use your adversity. You have 0, so you don't have any adversity tokens anyway. So you try to push them out. Then you're like, I'll flex my way through it, and you are frozen flexing now in the middle of this assembly. And yeah, so hit your pose, and as you time kind of, you can hear everything, you can see everything, you can breathe normally, but you cannot move outside of that pose. And Malvo stops, his wand is still glowing, and then he looks over, but before he does, Anais, difficulty, you've blown open some doors.
I have. It's a thing I'm very good at.
We have
Fighting
proven
doors.
that. So I'm going to lower your difficulty. It is a type, but I mean, you don't want to open it that way.
Oh, not quite that one.
And to be clear, you don't remember that moment.
What moment?
Exactly. Go ahead and roll for me your, let's do a charm because you're trying to do it secretly.
Oh, crap.
We're using your charm skill here. The difficulty to open the door, since it's not magically warded per se, is going to be a 7.
Okay. All right. Please be good dice. I got a 7 exactly. Thank you, Magic.
So you do a 2, and the doors fling open. And on the other side, Olive, describe to me what you're doing.
She is hunched on the ground, silver hair falling in her face with a sprig of lavender. Just she kind of looks a little like Gollum, probably.
On the other side of the door, in the doorway, Danger Wolf is hiding, like around the corner, and just kind of peeks out as the door opens, and you see his big goggle glasses as he moves over, standing in front of both of you then, Olive, with Anais on one side and Chip doing a muscle pose on the other. The other students seem to have taken seats. You see a tall, glowering, very unhappy looking man.
Hello, I'm assuming that you are one of our new professors. It is very nice to meet you. I'm looking forward to all the knowledge you are going to pass on to me and my brain.
Please stop huffing that ragweed and get in the room.
Are you going to enter?
Just gonna eat it. And then I'm gonna step inside.
Both you and then Danger Wolf is right behind you, like a dog that was really sad, like head low. Just you both kind of walk in. Take your seats, please.
Up in my seat, I'm just
and Chip, you can move again.
Oh man, that was like a super good workout. Thank you, teacher.
It wasn't a gift. I will speak to all of you after the assembly. Be here, since you seem to think that this spot of the school is the most interesting place on our campus. Is that understood?
I mean, like, we've only seen 2 places, so yeah.
Take your seat.
Okay, I'm gonna sit next to Aiden. And I run up.
So, yeah, you rush by, and you take a seat next to Aiden. Olive, where do you sit?
Where can I sit?
All of the back rows are empty. Your group seems to be just plopping down in the seats in the back just to get to seats as fast as possible.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take one of the empty seats in the back.
And like as Danger Wolf's like trying to walk around Malvo, trying to find a way, take a seat. And Danger Wolf just sits down on the ground.
Danger Wolf.
No, in a chair. And so he plops down next to you, Cameron, on one side, and Anais, you take your seat.
Yep.
I
slowly
understand.
walk across the room. Yeah, go ahead.
No. But as you're walking, under your breath, you hear what Malvo says. I understand it can be difficult, but there is a reason for all of this. Sit down.
She like runs faster and goes sits by Verity.
So yeah, you rush down and you sit. There are a number of professors up there. Malvo turns and immediately a very kindly looking older woman steps forward, and she's got kind of a mess of kind of tangled like wild hair, and she's wearing a cardigan sweater, and she's got these big like orthopedic shoes and pearl necklaces and stuff, and she walks forward and she holds her wand up to her throat. And as she does so, her voice echoes through, and you realize it's the voice of the woman that you heard on the announcement system. Now then, it seems that we're all together and happily met. I am quite glad that all of you are here. My name, once again, is Evelyn Song. Each of the professors here have done their due diligence to see that you have been sorted within the circles that you will work for your year here at Aetherhouse Academy. In the future, this circle may become your permanent coven. However, it may also break apart and you may join other covens as the years progress. However, each of you should know that the group that has been formed has not been done lightly. It is something that is tapped into the cores of who each of you are. You may not yet see it, but there are strong ties that bind. And as the Proctor Professor will often say, all magics unify as one in the great scheme of the winds that work their magic around us. Now, let me see, where are my notes? Each of you will be given your class assessment pack and a map. However, your classroom representative and welcome member will see that you are successfully guided through the school here for your first day. Please respect them and thank them for their services. They are also new students just like you, and hold the wisdom of the school that you will soon possess. Are there any questions? And there's an echo that kind of works through the school for a moment. Very well. Be well. We will see each other soon. If you ever need anything in the library, you can find me there, along with a great wealth of knowledge just waiting to be discovered. The rest of the professors are all standing as if this is very routine. There's a number of individuals there. Again, as all of you are sitting there, you hear magically as the class period has been signaled. Floating through the hallway are a number of small little notebooks, and they are leather-bound affairs. Each of them have within them a class schedule. Your class schedule for your group is Geomancy with Professor Zhao, Illusion with Professor Crookson, Enchantment with Professor Uto, Necromancy with Malvo, and Alchemy with Professor Morgenstern. Finally, you will have a study period with Professor Song in the library. Now, all of you are allowed to enter into a common room where snacks are served as you prepare yourself and gather your notes and all of the schoolwork. You, in a group, are led into, by Anais, a large, comfortable-looking room that has big plush chairs and couches, ancient-looking paintings that are that show all sorts of people throughout time, all varied wizards and warlocks, witches and mages from across time. And they are hung here, and some of them are wearing school uniforms, some of them are wearing professors' outfits, and you can see that each of them has been hung here out of a place of reverence. There are some books, and in the center of the room is an enormous table with all sorts of refreshments and snacks. And you were brought in, and you are free to move about the room and interact with each other as much as you like. Anais, you've led them in here. What would you like to do?
She actually just kind of like keeps looking over at Verity, but like stays with the group and just kind of wants to see how they all react to being in here the first time.
Oh, that was stressful.
Hey, can I ask, Anais, that professor is he known to hold grudges?
Yes.
Yes.
Literally forever.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Oh, I'm very worried about it intensely, so I was really hoping that the professors here would like me.
Oh, they'll still like you. You're great.
I thought that he was gonna hold grudges.
Oh, both things can be true.
I wouldn't worry about it. I can probably guarantee you that he's going to be very focused on making my life very hard. So don't worry about it.
Why?
Why you, though?
Because he is friends with my parents.
How much have y'all
Is this
talked
like a
about?
football rivalry or?
No, I just...
What's football?
My parents expect a lot from me. And in turn, I'm sure Malvo expects a lot from me as well. And is probably going to force it out of me.
Well, you don't have to go to class. There are tons of options. If you don't want to sit around and cast dumb magic, I can help you find a way to cast something of substantial, better magic than that. Anything that you learn in class is going to be garbage.
I'm confused. I thought we came here to learn magic. I thought that was kind of the whole
The
point.
girl that has appeared next to Anais is older. She's probably around 16 years of age, and she's very tall. She has blonde hair that has been pulled back, and it has been very carefully maintained. She is wearing nicely groomed clothing and is wearing a pair of very sharp-looking stiletto heels in the middle of all of this. They look like they're made out of metal, and she has a lot of bracelets and earrings on.
I'm sorry, who are you?
And
My
how did she
name-
get their TSA? Like,
My name is Polly. It's Polly Pendergrast. And if you want to know anything about this school, you shouldn't be hanging around with losers. Like right now, I'll tell you, Anais is pretty cool, but on the full coolness scale, she kind of falls mid-tier.
Look.
Excuse me.
You know you're mid-tier.
Okay.
Who's the one that? Who is the one that authorizes this coolness scale?
It's just known.
By who?
Look, I don't mean to
Everybody.
interrupt what you're saying. I really don't. I don't want to be rude, but you're not the first person who I've met in the very short time I've been coming to the school that has told me they know the way to get through this school, and I'm pretty sure the way to get through the school is to do the work that is assigned for me and to graduate from the school and then continue on with my life. So I would appreciate it if you didn't try and mess that up for me.
I understand that I might need to repeat myself often with some of the new kids, but
You
I
really
just want to be
don't.
clear. You don't have to do this. I have a way that you can learn real magic real fast.
Oh,
So if you want,
Excuse me, I have a way that you can like be quiet because I'm trying to enjoy these delicious snacks over here, and you are being really mean to my new best friend Anais, and I do not appreciate it. So you should just like go to your little corner and be cool over there with your cool kids, and we're gonna be cool with our little pod. Do you have a pod yet? Like, what's going on here?
whatever, fine. I don't want to waste my time with any of you baby wizards anyway. I'm out
You're
of
the
here.
baby wizard.
Wait, is that
So yeah, she wanders off. You're back together, cramming snacks into your faces.
Sorry,
Thank
I didn't
you.
mean to stand up for anybody. That wasn't my intention.
I've never had anybody stand up for me before.
God, Danger Wolf, I wasn't standing up for you. I just don't like when people tell me they have a better way of doing things. I just want to learn magic. That's all.
Yeah, magic seems like super cool, right? Like I can't wait till I can like lift shit up without having to like pick it up with my fucking bulging pecs. It seems so cool.
I feel like you're someone who's going to take a lot of energy to be around, Chip.
Oh no, dog! Like take it easy around me. Keep it sleazy. You know what they say.
I don't know if that means what you think it means, but it's okay.
I just like
We'll
hear
figure it
stuff
out.
on YouTube, and then I kind of like just try to like work it into my
Oh.
vocab. My mom says I
Oh, I
should use
see.
like more words. So
Is YouTube an internet thing?
It is
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ron told me about it. It's super cool.
How
Well,
much am I
I-
going to have to know about this internet thing? I've never.
I
owned
think
a
you'll be okay
computer.
without knowing about this one. Look, I'll introduce you to TikTok. It's much better.
Wait, what?
I don't know what that is though.
As you pull out your phone, Cameron, you realize that there's just a strange screen. It's blurring, and it's not like it's not working, but it's as if there is a wave of like swirling color, like what you saw on the outside of the bus on your screen.
That's not my phone background. Hold on. Let me just, and I take my phone and I'm holding it up, trying to find like
Oh.
a good signal.
Oh, Cameron, my mom said that like phones don't work here, so yeah, I think it's just like a magical barrier between like the internet and this school.
Isn't that illegal?
Are there laws in wizard school?
That's
I'm sure
actually
there
a
are
really
laws
good
here.
question.
I'm pretty smart when I want to be.
Hey, Olive.
Hmm?
What was it that you did with that leaf? It was really interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you. So my family runs an apothecary, and sometimes we just don't want to wait for plants to dry up, you know?
Oh, so you
Crush them.
You did you suck the moisture out of it, or did you rapidly age it, or?
Rapidly
Momo-
aged it, basically. Who's Momo?
Sorry,
What's
I'm really
going
bad with
on?
names. Hey, Olive, what's
Every time.
The bell rings.
So our door is going to start slamming in our face now.
Ah.
Other
You
students get up and they start moving through. You know that the first class on your roster is actually illusion. So you would go to the illusionary course first. Anais, you'll lead them there. You'll still supervise from a distance. You'll be sitting in on the class.
Now, normally I go to geomancy first, but I'm allowed to go with y'all if you want me to.
Yes,
Well,
please.
you've been helpful this far, so I would appreciate showing us the way.
yeah? A team's gotta
Okay,
stick together, man. Come on.
One question though, what's geomancy?
Oh, earth magic.
Oh yeah, my
Okay, that
favorite.
makes
It's gonna
sense.
rule. Yes.
That
Okay.
makes sense.
I think they're like keystones of magic, right?
Yeah. Oh God.
I'm sorry, what?
like building keystone. Okay, whatever. Well,
It was in
let's
the
just walk and
letter.
talk.
All right, we're
Come
moving through the
on, come
halls.
on.
Okay,
Grab a
we'll just walk
snack.
and talk. It's great.
Oh no!
It's fine.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, it's one of the basic. Yeah, I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
So the
Yeah,
group-
one of the basic forms of magic.
It's all right. I know I'm used to being ignored.
No, I don't
so
listen to anyone. It's not you specifically.
Oh, I feel better.
Good.
So the rest of the group is walking. You're all walking through the hallway, and there are students everywhere. They're milling about, and you can see the illusionary class just a little bit further along. You also see a small pixie flying through the courtyard, pushing a what looks like a dessert tray, and they have a number of different things on that tray. As they're moving along, they stop and they look to you, Aiden. Hey, come over here.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, come over here, kid. I got something I want to ask you.
Oh, okay. Yes. What is it?
Do the rest of you keep moving to illusion class, or do you stop and speak with the pixie?
Hey, dog. Do you need like backup? These guys seem real rough.
No, it's fine. Just go.
It's a older looking pixie. She looks like she's in her mid-60s. She has a beehive, and she is fluttering. And she's only about like maybe 12 inches tall, and she's fluttering next to this cart. I thought I recognized you. Yeah, you're one of those gray branches, right?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, this is great. This is great. Your dad is such a card. Biggest sense of humor of any guy I ever met. Quick, tell me a joke, kid.
I'm sorry. I'm confused. You say my father was funny.
Yeah, if you can tell me a joke, I'll tell you something to help you through your day to day. We pixies don't lie.
Oh, all right. Look,
While this is happening, can I just be looking at where we're supposed to be walking and like walking in a circle?
People are milling through the halls. Does everybody stop?
I am very gently guiding Olive, like in front of me, but looking back at Aiden, like that is so not the Tinkerbell look I thought it was gonna be.
You realize that most of them are still back there. And you can see kind of the hallway starting to filter out. Aiden, you and this pixie are there. The pixie looks to you. So my name is Flo. I've been here for a real long time. Your father, funniest guy I ever know. You make me laugh, and I'm going to give you a little bit of that pixie magic that you need to make your day extra special, kid.
okay. All right. I'll give it a shot. I may not be as funny as my dad was.
I don't know. You look just like him.
Yeah. All right. What do you call?
Okay, what do I call?
What do you call a morgue that is in desperate need of bodies?
I don't know. What do you call a morgue that's desperately in need of bodies?
A mortuary.
Oh, the kids got it. And so the Flo the pixie just starts laughing and rolling like it's real weird. And like she's like coughing a little bit. Oh, don't worry about me. It's fine, kid. Oh man, you and your dad, I swear. I every time the apple doesn't fall far from the tree now, does it?
Great.
Okay, look. Here it is. I'm gonna give you a little something that you can really use. Okay, we pixies, we keep with our word.
Right.
Everything you need to know, you just need to know how to listen. It's all as clear as a bell.
All right. Good.
Can I
to know.
go-
I'll keep that in mind.
That's it. What do you think? Pixie magic. Wait, you want some sparkles? Kid, I'm giving you sparkles. Oh, bam. And there's like this little puff of like sad sparkles, like a really crappy, like a New Year's party popper that just kind of fell apart.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Olive, what's up?
I just want to go right up to Aiden and like upon hearing, it's like, you just gotta listen and want to go like uncomfortably close to his ear and be like, please, can we go to class now?
Yes, no, I'm sorry. Let's go. Please, I want to get out of here.
All right. So
Anais has been getting increasingly stressed out and losing any chill.
Slam.
I start running.
All right. So now, to be clear, Chip, you stuck around in the back, right? Okay. Cameron, you and Anais were still going to class, correct? Or Cameron, did you stick around as well? Okay.
I
so,
just kind of let Olive go, and it's just like, okay.
Danger Wolf was with you two, okay? Because not wanting to be stuck behind another door, like you think he's traumatized by doors at this point. So the three of you are up in front. I'm not going to have you make a roll. You get to the illusionary class. The three of you are able to enter in. As the doors are slamming, you look back kind of longingly as you see stuff going. The other three, I need you to make a flight check to see if you can make it in there. Your difficulty for this is going to be pretty tough. I'm going to say it's a 12 for you to get through the hallway to the door in time.
I believe in all of you.
Can I try to hold the door for them?
Yeah. If you would like to do that, that would be a brawn check.
Brawn.
And that brawn difficulty is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to say it's a 13.
6.
Nobody has good faces right now, and I don't know what to say. So
I'm trying to think of a way I can make myself roll better because there's zero possible way I can make this roll.
Wait, what did you guys roll? Anais,
It could explode. You don't know.
Good.
Yeah, you could make
could
it.
explode. It could explode. So
Anais was in the room and it's
Also,
already.
It did not explode.
all right. So you have remember that you get an adversity token for that failure. Okay. Chip, how'd you do?
So I got an 11, but I do have one adversity token. But I was going to use it for one of my friends because if I have loyal, so if I give one away, they get 2 instead of 1. But I need to know what you guys have to see if it'll even make a difference.
Yeah. And so here's the thing: anyone can give an adversity token to any other player. So you can stack your adversity tokens together to make one person roll really well, or you can keep them for yourself. Whatever you like to do here.
Wait, so how many people do we need to get through the door?
3.
Well, there's 3. They
Okay,
all
shoot.
stuck behind. Yeah, and it's pretty tough. Like it's got to be real fast.
I got a 3.
Oh,
Okay, that can help you.
There's no way you're going to be able to
That
help me.
thing.
There's no way you have enough points.
Anais,
So-
what'd you get?
I didn't have to roll. I was in the room.
Oh, right. Sorry.
No, no,
Okay.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Olive. You're trying to hold the door. How'd you do on that hold for the door?
I got the best thing I could have possibly got, which is a 6. Does that mean that I roll
Did it
again?
explode? Yeah.
Yep.
Roll again.
Roll it again and add the result.
That is a 1, so that's
So you
a
have
7.
7, still good. So you're holding it. It's going to close. You're not hurting yourself. You're failing this. It's going to slam shut, but you can't really hold it open. This is a magically closing door. They were all the way on the other side talking to the pixie, and so everybody's rushing forward. What would you like to do, Anais?
Who's the professor for illusion?
Crookson.
Crookson. Okay, I have 2 adversity tokens that I would love to use on innocence. My ability to convince an adult to forgive a minor infraction.
That's what
So
I was
good.
going to do.
Oh, do you
Okay.
want to do it? I'll let you do it. That's
No.
fine.
By all means, you do it.
So this is great. This is the problem solving that I was hoping that we would get to. So the door slams shut, and you try all of your hardest, but you just feel it kind of burst out of your hands. Again, magically controlled, so it's kind of hard to hold on to. Chip and Aiden, you're on the other side of the door. Everybody else made it through. You can see the little schedule that's on the chalkboard that's next to the door that says illusionary class, and it kind of dissipates, and the words late appear in this perfect script. And it has like these little lines for you to sign in on. And so you're standing there before the door. However, yeah. Okay, well, let's go on that side of the door. What do you want to do, Aiden and Chip?
So it has lines for us to sign in on.
Yes.
I just take the tip of my wand and sign my name.
No.
Dude, what are you doing? What was the name of the girl who was mean to Anais earlier?
Polly.
Holly? I write Holly.
As you write, you see it change, and your true name is written out before you as
This is
you touch it.
BS.
No, I was late, so.
And so as you do, your names disappear, and you can see on the chalkboard 1 demerit appears on each of the lines where you were.
I feel like I have 2 demerits now.
The
It's very-
door
3.
the door opens. And you are able to enter into the classroom. Okay. So you see before you a class. There are a handful of other groups that are here. There's 15 students in total. Other groups that are scattered out. There is a circle for each of you to sit around a large round table. There is a additional chair that has been placed there for the supervisor, the supervising student, and there are a few other students that you see here as well. You see that Cortez has been assigned to one of the groups on the other side, and Cortez is on the other side. Kind of gives you all the chin, what's up, and they're currently wearing a top hat, or I'm sorry, a bowler hat that is kind of cocked off to one side, and they've got their feet kicked up on a desk. And at the front of the classroom, you see a very well manicured individual with kind of a slicked back hair, tightly pulled back. You can see that it's long, but it's pulled into like a really tight bun. They've got dark hair, and they have very elegant features. However, you can see that they're dressed in a very snazzy red suit with a black shirt and a very thin tie. They are wearing a pair of sunglasses, and they're sitting nonchalantly on the other side of the classroom with a coffee cup. And they also have their feet kicked up. You can see that they have these really fine snake boots that are that kind of glint in the light as you enter. The door closes after all of you. Well, I'll tell you what. Since you're new here, I won't allow those demerits to count. While Professor Proctor Malveaux often finds himself rather difficult to deal with, I will be able to lead you through the magical arts of illusion magics. And I'll do so very carefully. If you'd all now please have a seat.
Yes,
Teacher's
thank you.
cool as hell. Nice.
My name is Professor Crookson, and I'll take whichever of the pronouns you wish to call me. They shift and change upon the time as I see fit. Now then, each of you has before you a magical journey. And as I know you've already had a conversation with the proctor regarding exactly what your specific duties here as students are, I would ask each of you, what do you know about illusionary magics?
Can I also try and put my feet up on the table?
You do so. And yes, you with your hand up.
Illusionary magic is as far as I'm aware, the art of making something to deceive or trick someone.
Indeed, yes. But it's not all about tricks. Illusionary magic, quite simply put, is the art of creation, of magic that understands creation in a way that creates the art of the eye. What you see and what you hear and what you taste are your senses. And each of those items work together so that you can understand the world around you. If you can master illusionary magics, you can express yourself. It is the pathway of many artists and individuals who have learned from a great long line of people who have taught each other the ways of illusionary magic. Some of the greatest artists of the mundane world, unbeknownst to their contemporaries, were in fact illusionary magicians. You there, what's your name? Pointing to you, Chip.
Oh, my name's Chip. You can call me Chip and Dip, or you can call me the Mr. Brawny.
Very well, Mr. Brawny. Welcome to illusionary magic. Would you like to try it out?
Yeah, absolutely, dog. Let's do this.
Excellent. Why don't you make your way up to the class here at the front? We'll talk a little more about what you can do. You there, what's your name? And pointing to you, Cameron.
Cameron Bonarev.
Very good to meet you, Cameron. Would you like to come up and also try a little bit of illusionary magic?
Sure. Why not?
Excellent.
And I bend over towards Anais. It's like, that's like the thing that I did earlier, right? The thing with the mop.
Yeah, you're
Okay, yeah.
pretty great at it. You've got this. I believe in you.
And I pick up my deck of tarot cards and I walk to the front of the room.
Oh, you won't need to focus. This isn't enchantment class. You may be stretching towards being a diviner yourself, but I would caution you, not all magic is immediately apparent to you. You might be a necromancer waiting to happen. You may be a geomancer. We do not yet know. I wouldn't be so quick to judge. Just come with your wand.
I got it. Let's go.
I hold out my hand for Cameron's cards. Don't worry about it.
I very gently, it's like, please take care of them. They might disappear. And I don't know what will happen with them. I pick up my wand that I don't physically have, so we're just going to use this.
That's okay.
Wake up,
Get out the mind. Nice.
All right, then. Now then, I want you to reach out. Imagine something in your mind that you find magnificent. What do you find beautiful? Picture it, all of you. Even in your seats, please. Picture something that has great beauty to you. Do you have it? Excellent. Hold on to it. Your mind is going to transfer it forward. It is a canvas where you can paint anything you like. And once you do, you can cast it into the world and make it real. That's illusionary magics. Now then, Chip, use your power and let forth that which you find beautiful for the rest of us to see.
I point out and say, Centario Sportificus, and I want to make an illusion of a centaur playing football real good.
Yes!
A football playing centaur it is.
Dog.
It's a pretty big illusion. We've done smaller illusions with you before, so we know that you can cast illusionary spells.
But I'm inspired by the teacher's speech, so I feel like I should get extra.
I feel like I understand what you're asking for, and I'm going to tell you this. We're going to use your brawn to cast the spell because it is a sports-related image. It is something that you've been inspired to have creation, so you can use that die. You're going to be able to use your magic die, and I'm gonna call this a difficulty 10 total.
Okay. Oh, dog, that's a 12. Oh.
So describe to us this centaur playing football.
It's not a reverse centaur, which is what I was gonna say for a second, but it's like a regular, like a normal mythological buff centaur racing down a field. Like there's also like an imaginary field you see in your mind's eye, and the centaur has like a giant like fantasy football situation happening, and just like running down to the field goal, and everyone in the stands is cheering, and it's just like real cool.
Excellent, excellent. All right, Cameron, go ahead and cast your spell. Do you have your image in your mind?
Yeah, I think so.
Good, good. Go now. Cast your magics.
I just kind of wiggle my wand in the air, then point it. Okay. And I'm gonna try and conjure Jason Momoa as Aquaman.
Okay, so Jason Momoa Aquaman is gonna splash out of the ground here and be standing before the front of the class. Have you ever created an illusion of Jason Momoa before? Don't lie.
Don't lie.
All right, so this is new. This is a new thing for you. So that's gonna make the difficulty a little bit higher. It is a full body illusion. So that's a little bit more difficult. However, if we don't say that it's going to last very long, it's kind of instantaneous. It's going to be a little easier. It's not going to be a sustaining. It's not real. It's not permanent. So it's going to be pretty quick. I'm going to say your difficulty for this is a 12. However, I'm also going to say that this is 100% a charm roll.
I like it. I've never rooted harder for a spell to go off than this.
12 is still pretty crunchy. I mean, that's pretty difficult. How are you? Is it possible for you to hit that?
I mean, if the dice explode, yes.
Okay, go ahead and give it a shot.
I rolled a 7.
7. So you failed your spell. And as you cast, a wave of magic fills the air. And Crookson's the spectacled face immediately whips around and notices your wand, which is a black, thorny thing that doesn't look quite as it did before. It branches out and twists, and instead, at first, you see a figure appear, and then it contorts. And what looks like perhaps some horrid, poor man's Jason Momoa, it shifts and turns, breaking its neck and pulling itself inward as its spine extends, and it has these long, Slender Man-like appendages as it stands before the class.
So beautiful.
Do that.
Thank you, Cameron. We
Excuse me,
appreciate
Professor.
the aid.
Not so fast, you bastard! As Crookston lunges forward, waving their wand. This twisted, Slender Man-like figure that no longer looks like Jason Momoa at all, but instead looks like a horrid monster. Thick, sallow, empty eyes with pitch black, circular, bulging orbs. Thin, pale white, long fingers that touch the ground when they lower their arms. Immediately grabs Crookston and throws them back.
Oh.
And they disappear in a puff of red.
Oh.
Thank you.
And with that, smoke begins to billow around. The figure starts walking backwards into the wall, into the chalkboard behind where Crookston was. What do you all want to do?
I stand up and I point my wand out and I go and I just say, protect. And I'm going to try and summon almost like a shield of bone in front of Cameron.
So you're going to throw a shield of bone. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to say that, first of all, you obviously are surrounded by necromancy your entire life. Like, this is what you know. You know bone, you know death, you know how it works. And you also know how it can be used to protect and shield. So I'm going to say that you have done things like this, but maybe not to this extent. So I'm going to add...
This is a stretch for me.
I'm going to add a little bit to the difficulty, okay? So I'm going to add 2 to that. And I'm going to say that your base for it is going to be 7, so I'm going to ask for a 9. And I'm going to say that this would be a fight check.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's my D20. All right.
Because this is a defensive move. You're trying to protect Cameron to make sure that they don't get hit.
And this is magic, so I get to use my D4 as well, correct?
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, you do.
Right. Natural 20 with a +3.
Hold on. It explodes.
Explodes.
Yes.
With a 10 on top of that. So
Oh my
33.
Okay.
Yo.
Yes, you do this. In fact, it's not just Cameron. You didn't mean to
Using
do
a
it.
bone dice.
You Alex comes in for the win here. You pull your hand up like this instinctively, and Danger Wolf is sitting right next to you, and you can just see his jaw drop as you clench your fist, and out of the ground from the stone, these skeletal, like, tidal waves rise up and form an entire wall of bone that sheaves the entire class away from this strange Slender Man type creature, and you can no longer see it. Cameron, you are fully safe as the bones kind of push you back a little bit as they start to kind of lunge up right in front of you. And you're sitting there and you're holding it, Aiden, and you can feel the power coursing through you, and you know that this will take a sustained effort. You are now in a concentrated spell, which means that we're going to have you continue to roll as it goes along. And if you're distracted, it's going to become more difficult. So this is a very difficult. It was a snap decision. You didn't need to use any of your adversity tokens, but you can all see the strain on this young magician. He is doing far more than he should be with magic. What do you want to do?
Is this supposed to happen?
No. And Anais is going to turn and see what Aiden is doing, and like knows that like kind of keeping him focused and keeping him protected is going to allow this spell to stay up. So she's going to like, I want to use my geomancy to kind of like, I don't know, not like lock him into place, but just to sort of support him and keep him shielded from like attention as everyone else kind of starts to deal with whatever's going on with this big bad boy.
Excellent. Okay. So everybody else, what are your actions?
I am going to try to crawl back to my seat, just like get very low to the ground and get back.
You're gonna fall back. Chip,
hand back your cards. Here you go. Oh, and don't do wands anymore.
And so, Anais, if I understand, you are supporting Aiden, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Chip.
I'm attack the beasts with the darkness or whatever. I don't know. What do I like? I don't really know what I know. Like what I like. What I don't know what kind of magic I can do. Can I do
whatever
magic,
you want?
Magic punching.
Punch the ghost.
Drop kick from the top rope.
It is currently blocked by this wall. You'd have to go around it. So you'd have to go onto the other side of the wall to go punch this creature if you wish to do
I couldn't jump over it with like a magnificent.
Oh yeah, you could do that. You could do that. Yeah.
Let's do that shit.
If you matrix your way over that. Okay, so go ahead and
that.
make a roll. It's going to be, let's make this brawn. And difficulty to get over the wall is going to be a solid 10.
Oof. Okay. Oh no. That is a 2 plus a 1. That's a 3.
I don't think you can get past that. So you do get an adversity token, but what happens is you try to jump over the bones.
Wait, I can use 2 adversity tokens to reroll the whole thing. I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm doing it. I'm using them both. I jump once, I don't make it. I jump twice. 13? That's not a...
No, that's a success.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, you were trying to get a 10. So
10, sorry.
You actually leap over with some room to spare. You hop over the bones, you grab onto a bone, and you swing up. And what do you scream as you swing over the wall?
Fast and Furious 5 was an amazing movie!
Yes!
And you land on the other side and you see this creature as it's slowly melding into the wall as if it's trying to escape the room. Okay, Olive, what are you doing?
Olive.
I can see the demon thing.
You can't because the wall of bone is kind of in your way. You have to either go around it or over it if you wish to do something to get line of sight for that.
Is there a fire alarm in the room?
Interestingly enough, in the back of the room, you do see a box that has within it a small glowing orb, and you can see writing across the top of it. And it does say, emergency.
What is the normal for this school? Would this qualify as an emergency? Who's next to me right now? Danger Wolf. Danger Wolf, would this qualify as an emergency, would you say?
I don't know what's happening.
I think it's an emergency.
Oh, okay. And I'd like to... What's something hard by me right now? Do we have like a pencil case? Or...
You have a whole Danger Wolf right there.
No, you do find a pencil case sitting on the table. Do you want to grab that?
Smash! Get the thing.
Oh, better yet, you grab a statue. You grab a statue off the wall and you just hit it and like you crash into it and there's a shattering and this small little orb floats out to you and impulses.
I try to grab it.
And as you do, a sword made out of flaming lightning appears in your hand. And there is an alarm that starts to ring throughout the school. You now have a magical sword. Anais, you are bolstering Aiden. How are you doing this? Are you feeding?
So I'm going to run to his side and put my hand on his shoulder. And I think I just like, in a very low voice that sounds like very far away from her, like calm Southern drawl. She just says, make it offensive. And I want to like turn the ground and like tilt all the bones down. So it's not like a shield. It's just a bunch of pikes. Yeah. Let's make turn them into claws.
You're going to turn this almost into like a ramp that you can either get over, but then also there's like dangerous bones sticking out on the other side.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to say that's like a kind of like a crafting type situation. So you're going to use your brains.
Okay.
And I want you to use...
know.
Oh, sorry.
It's bad.
So your brains, you do have your magic die. And
Yeah.
I'm going to say that since the wall is already there and Aiden got such a high success with it, it's only a difficulty 6.
Thanks, Aiden. I'm a lot of things. Smart is not one of them. I got a 4. Wait, did I hold on, question. Did I have to use my innocence earlier?
You didn't, because
I was
they
in the
signed.
room.
Yeah, they signed.
Okay, cool. Then I'm gonna use lucky because I also have that
Okay.
and re-roll.
Okay, perfect. So you can re-roll that with your lucky.
Yeah, because that was not great. I rolled the exact same thing, but opposite. I got 4. Oh, +1 is a 5. Damn it.
Nah, you didn't quite make it. So the bones do shuffle and move, and you kind of inadvertently create a hole, and you can see this creature, and then you see Chip landing very skillfully on the other side of this wall. And you can see the creature kind of stretched out on the blackboard as it seems to be opening a portal somewhere else using the blackboard. There's this black inky void behind it as its strange, long, elongated face looks kind of like it's descending even further and melting into the wall and then trying to pull it forward. Is there anything else that you wish to do, Cameron, in your seat?
I'm gonna pull a tarot card. That's the best that I got.
Yeah.
All right, so you're sitting in the seat. Yeah, Danger Wolf looks over at you for a moment, and just your eyes meet, and there's terror as he's standing there, shuffling through his bag as if he's looking for something. You reach in, you grab a tarot card, you pull it out, and what do you do?
Let's see. I pull out Ursa Major. Let's try and make a fight bear to help Chip.
So you're trying to conjure now a bear. Before it was a moth, and now you're going to get a bear.
You made a bear.
All right, so I want you to use your fight die to cast the spell because you're about to create an offensive creature of great power. So you can roll your fight. You're going to have your magic die, obviously, and any adversity tokens that you or anyone in the group wishes to put onto it. Your difficulty for this, you've already done the moth. You've done a few other conjuration type spells. This is much bigger. It's much more difficult. I feel like I have to give you an 11 to have that be kind of fair for a giant fight bear right now, knowing your experience level. So we're going to call it an 11.
Well, might as well do it big. Let's see. Oh, I rolled a 12 and a 1, so I'll re-roll my 12.
Excellent. Your 12 was it. You rolled.
I rolled another 12.
You exploded a D12.
Yes.
Keep going.
24. Or 23.
Well, and
that one's an 11.
Okay, so, and did you roll your magic die for each?
Yeah, that was a 1.
Okay,
that was a 1.
Add all that together, and you've gotten into the 30s to summon a bear. It's fine.
It's a super
That's
bear.
fair. Yeah.
Cameron, I want you to describe this bear to us as it rages out of the tarot card. You throw it forward, and it explodes.
I pull this tarot card.
Mm-hmm.
So we just have a giant black bear with bright yellow eyes and a mouth that looks to be full of fire or something, maybe, that lands next to Chip and gives an up nod. Just so you know that it's not gonna murder you or anything.
It's a cool
So this
bear.
bear rushes forward and shatters through the hole that Anais created in the bone wall. Aiden, you still are controlling the bones. They form back together kind of to help you still have this defensive structure. But there's now a corridor that's been created that leads directly to where this strange creature is. This strange entity has plowed itself onto the wall, and now it's ripping the blackboard off in this weird melting almost ooze. And you see tendrils start to rise from behind it. And on the floor, Cameron, as the bear charges out of your tarot card, you see the wand that you brought that was in the package. You don't remember this wand. This wasn't your wand. And yet it's lying there on the ground. The bear rushes forward and immediately charges. But before it hits, we're going to come back around to Chip. So I think that takes care of everybody. Let's go over here. Chip, you're on the other side of the wall. You hear a roar behind you. But what do you do?
I'm not gonna high five the bear because I don't think bears understand high fives, but I'm very excited for the bear to be here.
Mhm.
I'm gonna I'm gonna try to lock eyes with the bear to see if we can do a tag team attack on this thing. Can the bear understand my eye contact, Nox?
I want you to roll a charm.
Damn it.
And the difficulty in this split moment where this raging bear is running towards this foe, I'm going to give you a 14 to silently communicate with your eyes to a raging bear.
Why am I like this? This is
I
a
feel
D-
like that's-
this is a
I feel like that's fair.
D8. This is a D8, my friend. I cannot get a 12.
I'm not
You
trying to be
can!
difficult. It's just a lot.
You
but
can.
You can do it.
It'll
You can-
explode.
It'll explode. Okay.
All right. give it
Come
a
on,
shot.
bear. No, that's a 6.
Aw, please.
So you look at the bear and you look back and you and the bear do lock eyes and you think you need to get out of the bear's way.
Oh, okay. I duck.
Okay. So you're going to get out of the way of the bear. Go ahead and make a flight check. It's going to be 4.
Okay. That's a 5.
You roll out of the way as this bear charges past and starts to claw into this creature. And the strange entity, like the tendrils, start wrapping around the bear and are holding it in place as the two of them are locked together in combat. Aiden, what are you doing? You're still holding this
I'm
wall?
holding it, and I want to try, and I'm gonna look. I see the bear attacking it, and I go, oh, all right. And I take the wand is in my other hand, the other hand's up, and I let the wand go, and it floats straight like this. And I take both my hands, and these circles appear in the air with these symbols, and I stick both my hands through, and where the circle passes over, the hands just become bone. And I sit there, and the wall forms hands and just goes to pin it against the wall.
Okay. Is everybody okay for just a little bit longer?
Yeah.
We just hit time? Okay, great. So we're going to go just a little bit longer. Thanks for hanging with us, chat. We're going to resolve this situation here. Okay.
Pin it to the wall with two bone hands, letting the wall go and forming these hands to pin it to the wall.
Right. So the bones form together, forming these enormous like bone amalgam hands.
Yeah.
And you're going to reach out and you're going to grab onto this creature as the bear is
to try and pin it as the bear does its work.
Now you're doing a lot of work here, Aiden. This is you've had an exploding die. This is still extremely high level magic that you're using right now, and it's impressive. But I wonder if you're going to be able to keep it up.
I think it's going to take its toll.
Yeah. So I'm going to have you roll your grit.
Okay.
And I'm going to have because the spell's already been cast. You had a huge success last time, so I'm going to take that into consideration. I'm giving you a 13.
13.
I believe in you. It's a spooky number for a spooky boy. Every time he goes away to roll, it makes me super nervous. I don't know why. I just
like
get
he's
like
stepping
nervous
away from
and
the camera.
excited. Yeah.
So I'm using my grit and then an extra D4 because it's magic, correct?
Yes.
I rolled 2 4s, which are both D4s, so both explode.
So you're going to roll again. Yes.
We love to see it.
4 and 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's a 15.
Aiden, tell me how these hands, like as you hold on to them, you can feel yourself puppeting them.
Yeah, so they move as I do. So I just thrust my hands forwards. The hands fly forward, and they grab hold of this thing's big, long appendages and just pin them to the blackboard and just press in as I'm holding it there to try and make it defenseless so the bear can do its work.
So yeah, you've done this, and the bear and all of this is happening all at once, and you're controlling this. Olive, you're holding on to this sword, and you can see behind you now that this strange entity is pinned to the wall. What do you want to do?
I was hoping for something a little more effectual than a sword.
There's a ringing that's echoing throughout the whole castle right now. You can feel it reverberating through the walls. But go ahead. What are you doing?
How far away is this thing from me?
It's about 20 feet across the room.
Can I run at it? How long is that going to take?
You can make it across the room if you choose to do that. Do you wish to attack it, or are you just trying to engage with it?
I'm going to stab it. I have a fire sword now. What else am I going to do?
Yeah, so it's crackling with like the strange magical fire and lightning that runs off of it. You charge forward. It's going to be a fight die. So you are using magic, though. So go ahead and use your magic die as well. You don't have fight. Yeah.
If she's going for a kill move, can I use my turn to somehow help, just to help with the difficulty?
Absolutely. So let's hold here as you see Olive run forward, and she's holding on a sword. It doesn't look like she's going to make it. It doesn't look like she can do it. What number did you hit? Because I need you to make a 10 to make it over there and to stab.
Did you do it?
No, because my fight's a D4,
Mhm.
and I rolled a 3 and a 1, so it's 4.
4. Okay, so yeah, she's not going to do it. Anais,
I didn't think she would.
Let's do Anais, and then let's go to Cameron next. Anais, what are you doing?
I want her to get there and I want her to make it, but she's kind of like having the problem of like navigating through tables with a giant flaming sword.
Mhm.
So let's have her go up and over. And I just want to like shoot some dirt. I guess I'm just Toph now. I just want to like fling her with earthbending in the direction, like pointy end first at this monster.
You're yeeting Olive.
I want to
towards
yeet
the foe.
Olive.
Making an olive missile.
Okay, so
It's a
You're-
food fight if you think about it, is what I'm doing.
The
Anais,
magical fastball special.
you have been here now for a few months, and you have been learning the ways of geomancy. You've shown an enormous amount of potential. All of your professors have been impressed with what you've been able to do. You do have a few strange, empty places in your memory, and you know that there's something weird, something that you're not remembering. You always feel as if you've left the tea kettle on somewhere, or maybe a door unlocked, and it nags at the back of your mind. But in this moment, while that kind of washes across you, you picture and hear Professor Zhao. Anais, you're really one of the best students that we've had here, and I've got to tell you right now, your broom ball work is really impressive. I can't wait to see what you do on the field today. I believe in you. Tell your mom and dad I said hi.
Always weird at the end. That's fine.
Go ahead and make your, let's call it brawn. Make your brawn check.
Can
And
it
so
be a fight check? Because I want to fight with Olive.
if
please?
you're willing, we can swap from brawn to fight if you're willing to take the consequences of yeeting Olive.
I will take whatever
Do it.
consequences. Please give me a better die.
Fight it is.
All right. It's a D20
Oh
plus
my
1.
Your difficulty is 10.
Okay. There we go. I got a 19.
Oh shit.
That's an enormous success. So you do this in a way that does not harm Olive. You didn't fail, and it wasn't even a narrow success. It was an enormous success. So you fling Olive through the air, this magical sword crackling as this small cottage core wizard is kind of flung forward with the blade. And you were intending to stab, so you kind of had it forward, but you were never going to make it. You probably wouldn't have hit. And so it lunges forward, and you feel yourself going through the chest, over the bear, and into the chest of this strange entity, and it immediately shrieks in your face. As this is happening, Cameron, the wand is in front of you. What do you do?
And I step.
You step on the wand.
Yeah, I'm just gonna crush it.
All right. I need you to make a brawn check.
Bro.
Difficulty is only going to be a 4.
Okay. Maybe I'll get real lucky. No, we don't play with dice, buddy. I'll just use an adversity token, and I've rolled a 4.
So you spend an adversity token, and you get a 4, and the wand underneath your foot snaps. And there's a wave that washes across the classroom, and everything goes silent for a moment. And when you all open your eyes next, you're looking at each other. You see Crookston, glasses still on their face as they are leaning up against the wall, and they start to stand. Ah, what the hell was that? What did you bring into my classroom?
I take another sprig of lavender out of my bag and just.
Olive, I'm very sorry for throwing you at the monster, but good job landing with the hot part out.
I would have done it if it wasn't for you. Seriously, I've never held a sword in my entire life. I was hoping for like a fire extinguisher.
Oh.
Help. Not a sword.
The door flings open with magical force as Malvo and a number of the other professors emerge immediately. And Malvo is standing there glowering as all of you are tossed about the room. The room looks like a bomb went off in the middle of it. There are pages and papers everywhere. The chalkboard has been completely cracked, and upon it is a perfect chalk etching of this creature splayed out as if it had been drawn on the wall. And Aiden, exhausted, you drop to the ground as the bones crumble around you.
I pass out and my head hits the desk and I just lay on the floor.
And so in that moment of silence, Danger Wolf Darkhawk casts his spell that he had been holding. Froggius Rapicus!
God damn it.
Ribbit, 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 ribbit. Get up on this lily pad, get up on this lily pad. Raps will flow just like mad up here on this lily pad. I'm fresh, I'm real, I'll croak and you'll deal. I slay the rhymes and the enemies of hip-hop, doing the dirty just like hitting a wet mop.
Hey.
And I'm Toad, and I'm Frog, and we'll ride the highway just like a log, and we bump, and we groove up here on this lily pad.
I want to kick the frog out of the room.
So you immediately kick the frog as Danger Wolf holds his wand out, and I'm not even going to make you roll for it. As the toad walks out, and it flies over Malvo's head, and he's standing there. We have much to discuss, but well done.
Was
And
this
that's
like
where
a...
we're going to end it. Oh, go ahead, Chip,
Yeah.
take it. Chip,
The
take
last
it.
word. Was this some kind of dumb test?
And that's where we're going to end it tonight. We're a little bit over, but thank you so much for joining us tonight. That was Kids on Brooms, Kids on Bike System. Had a great time with all of you. Thank you so much for joining us.
That was so much fun. Thank you.
That's so good.
So good.
We are new here at Hunters Entertainment as far as starting up our Twitch, but after Gen Con, we got such a great response from everybody, and we're really excited to keep creating new and innovative content. So if you enjoyed this, make sure that everybody knows that you want to see more, and be sure to check us out on our other offerings. Right now, we're running a Tuesday game that happens at 8:30 Pacific Standard Time. And it's Outbreak Undead. It is zombie survival. It's the game that started Hunters, and we have a great amount of love for it. And Strain series, Zombie is a new book that came out that supplements it, helps you to build out worlds, and gives you more core ideas to play your game. And if you're at all interested in that, or if you really love intense zombie survival, please check us out on Tuesdays. We're going to be running that mini series with B. Dave Walters, who's an amazing GM. He's going to be here with us for a few more sessions, and then we're going to switch over to a game of Altered Carbon. And we're going to have Ash Minnick, who's going to be running that as well. And we're really super excited about everything that's coming up. Some of it is going to blow your mind. This Saturday, as in tomorrow, we have our first Hunters Gathering. And Hunters Gathering is a talk show podcast format. Markia McCarty is going to be running that. And just an amazing lineup of all the creators that are here at Hunters are going to be joining together there. We're going to have art streams. We're going to do a lot of conversations with creators and game designers, and just have a lot of people in to kind of talk about things. Tomorrow, we're talking about Alice is Missing. If you don't know Spencer Stark, first of all, you're missing out on the nicest guy on the face of the planet. But he is a designer. He helped to write this game, Kids on Brooms, but also wrote Icarus and wrote Alice is Missing, which is an innovative RPG. We had an amazing stream at Gen Con. It was a silent RPG where everybody's working through text messages to communicate to each other about a missing girl. Can't recommend it enough. If you want to find out more about what we're doing, I'm sure the mods are all over it. Thank you, mods, by the way. for everything that you've done. But you can find us in our Discord. That's probably the easiest place. You can kind of keep track of what we're doing. We do have social medias that you can follow as well. I'm so thankful for your time. I want to go around this table here, and I want to give everybody an opportunity to kind of say who they are and where they can be found on the internet. So same order as before, Chip and Dip. What up? What up?
That was so much fun, Lux. Thank you so much. I'm Michelle
welcome.
Bradley. You can find me on the internet at I am Chubby Bunny everywhere. I'm part of the Tuesday Hunters Entertainment live stream shows, so you can find me there, accidentally murdering people because I have to do it. It's really unsettling. And then I have my shows weekly at Button Mash about video games, and on Viz Media about manga, doing deep dives. The next episode is releasing next week, and it's about Uzumaki and horror manga, and it really messed me up.
Amazing. Yes, please follow Michelle. She is a tour de force of content creation, and we love her to death. Hey, Alex, what's going on? Tell us about yourself.
Hi. Thanks. No, that was really fun. I had so much fun playing this game. Thank you so much. My name is Alexander Ward. I am an actor and a tabletop person. And you can find me generally under my name on most things. Twitter is AlexWard777. I play a lot. I do a lot of monster stuff. That's what I do for a living. And also I'm on a show called LA by Night that will come back eventually.
Oh yeah.
They'll be in the same room again. And we're waiting for that to come back. So thank you so much for watching. And that was a bunch of fun.
Momo, tell people about who you are and where they can find you.
Yeah, first of all, thank you to everybody behind and in front of the scenes for this wonderful stream. It was a delight. My name is Momo. You can find me everywhere at Momo_O'Brien, and I make content about immersive experiences all over the world.
You've got a lot of stuff coming up. Please follow Momo. If you have any questions, I'm sure that you can find her on the internet. Okay, Allie, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're up to.
Yeah. Hi. My name's Allie Bushton. I normally am making the games, like I said at the start. You can find my games at madpiro.itch.io, on Twitter at madpiro. I have 2 books that I wrote content for that just released from Paizo.
Hey. Talk to us about it, please.
I wrote the Black non-binary spy legend of Arnius that's in Lost Omens Legends.
Awesome.
And I also made some spaceships for the Starship Operations Manual. So if you find the ship that can eject trash out of the back of it, the only one that used this mechanic that was available, that's mine.
What a fun mechanic. I guarantee you players are going to just do horrible things with that. So
yeah, that's my hope.
Aubrey, tell us a little bit about who you are and all the 50 different places that you can be found.
Sweet. Hi, I'm Abria Iyengar. You can catch me on social media at Quiddie, Quiddie. I stream all over the place. On tomorrow, I just want to super hype tomorrow and say that I'm going to be running a game for the ALZ Marathon over on Saving Throw Show. My game is from 4 to 7 p.m. I'm going to be running some fun friends. Adriosa in the chat, Ash Mix, one of my players. We've got a lot of super fun people that will be playing in a very weird D&D game to raise money for charity. And you can follow me on social media for all the other games. But in lieu of my big long spiel, I want to make a stinger. Can I do a tiny stinger?
You can do a tiny stinger, but I've been saving one too. So you go first. Go
Sweet.
for it.
Well, I think
actually, let's start with yours. Let me take this before. Okay, we'll do this on the way out. We'll do yours and then we'll do mine. Okay, I want to thank finally JB Jara. He has been the technical force behind the scenes. Absolutely the superhero that you don't see. So thank you so much, JB, for everything that you've done. If you don't know who JB is, find out in chat. Be sure to follow him. Give him all the love that he so richly deserves. These streams have been a huge amount of effort that he's put forth, and we are so thankful here at Hunters for everything that he does.
Thank you, JB.
Yeah, thank you, JB. Now, let's do this. A little extra bonus content. Cool. We're going to do ending credit moments. Okay, Anna East, give us yours.
There's one tiny stinger of like as Malvo is kind of sweeping up the group to go like debrief all of us later, that like once Aiden kind of comes to, she like looks down at him and for whatever reason begins to cry a little bit and just looks and gets like weirdly close to his face, a lot like Olive, and just says, "Don't let them let you forget." And that's all.
And then we go to the hedge maze behind the school. It is a labyrinth that stretches on. The students have been there for quite some time. It's easy to get lost. There's a enraged 16-year-old girl pulling branches and leaves, throwing them into the center, cursing and screaming, grabbing at her hair. She's crying, and her eyes are just networks of black rivers from her mascara pouring down the side of her face. Polly Pendergrast is deeply disturbed as she casts a spell, and from her hand, a lick of flame lights the bonfire in front of her. It flickers and glows. Everything in the hedge maze shifts around her, and a shadowy figure made of smoke builds up in front of her. She throws herself to the ground. Please, don't leave me. I love you. I'm sorry I tried. I switched the wands. I did it. I did what you wanted. I can't. I need you, Celine. Please don't leave me.
If the dogs of Aether House think that they've won, they're wrong. The army is gathering, and this is just the beginning.
Insane.
Awesome.
That was
I'd
amazing.
stab him again.
I got chills.
I'm multiplying.
Shut up, Alex.
Good night, everybody. Thank you so much. We'll see you on the other side.
Bye.
Bye.